Play that game. Hello, and welcome to Zaxria. We are back for another night at the Knots Around table. Thank you for tuning in, and if you are, please be sure that you're following. Thank you to the recent follower, Savvy Saiyan. I totally fucked your name up last week, and I'm so sorry. I tried to do it like in the middle of the session, and it's bad. But anyways, thanks for following. You were not put in the giveaway for Xanathar's Guide to Everything once we hit 100 followers. Only got like 20-something more people or something, shit like that. But also check out the YouTube. There are podcasts along with all of the VODs up till episode 75 uploaded on there. This will be episode 77. I think I forgot to update the information on it, but this is episode 77. What else do we got?
Go watch episode 69.
Watch episode 69. I think that actually was a pretty solid episode. But we have a little bit of a smaller party here today, but we are going to play on and progress the story even further. So, without further ado...
We're about to stall for fucking 4 hours. We're professionals.
Also, if you subscribe, once we hit 100, you get put in for the giveaway for a voucher for a custom mini on Hero Forge. And I mean, if only like 3 people subscribe, you have a really good chance.
Don't think about it. Just follow. No, subscribe.
Okay.
Subscribe, but don't think you're going to win the giveaway, because it's mine.
So, last we had left off, after leaving the Sea of Souls and rescuing Sandon, you all traveled to Arkanoria, the magical floating city within the sky. Moldrak and Chelonia went for a restock of some potions as well as some other peculiar magical items that they had procured. Anders, Zar, and Sandon returned to the estate while Neris and Azrael headed to the Lyceum. Neris had informed the group before departing Arkanoria that she was going to return to the Feywild for a time in order to truly understand what it means to be an Eladrin. Everybody else kind of dealing with all of their shit. Seems that she has some unresolved stuff she has to deal with, so she headed that way. And Azrael headed to the Lyceum for other reasons, and that was to hunt down an Arcanoloth, essentially a demonic creature that lives, for the most part, peacefully amongst mortals on Zaxria.
Just peaceful guy.
In order to gain power and knowledge over time through implanting themselves into high intellect societies or cities, whatever it may be, the best places for them to get information, essentially. You were commanded to retrieve a stone, portal stone more specifically, tasked with this as a means to prevent Zeke from actually reaching Ferrix and the Hells. Now, you are pretty much returning to the state. You were able to very, very efficiently put down the Arcanoloth that you were after, and you shot the other one in hopes to also kill him, but he more just like took off and then you just let him go. It's not your quarry. But you were able to retrieve the portal stone. It's only about yay big, probably about the size of like a handball. It has a very, very smooth surface to it, but you can see that underneath that smooth surface there are a lot of intricate and very, very crudely drawn runes and glyphs, a lot of shit that you really don't understand too much about, but kind of looking at it, there are some things on it that seem vaguely familiar, like maybe you've stumbled across it at some point or another, but for being alive as long as you have been, it feels like that with just about everything you come across. And as for Moldrak, Chelonia, and Connor, after Connor procured another coin, you guys made your way to Southbrook. That is not what I wanted. There we go.
You didn't give me like a use of that spell, did he? When he saw it when he left me? Ferrix?
No.
Teleport?
Nope. He just said that he'd pretty much reach out in a weird way, but he said he'd reach out.
In a weird way.
You know that you've done what you need to do, and
Definitely gonna use that.
Not the Santa Claus
currently
eyes.
going to Southbrook in order to head to Lendrum to seek out Master Jessely.
Get more locks on the house.
You stand currently against the sand-covered stairs leading up to the central docks here on the eastern side of Southbrook. Chelonia, you've handed him a water skin as he sips from it and holds his forehead as if he has a headache. Chelonia just telling you of seeing some sort of a... I wouldn't really call them... They're more premonitions. And this is mainly in part to the fact that he is definitely clairvoyant to some degree and can see into the future quite a bit. It is pretty much what brought him to you guys to begin with, and you've realized his worth in seeing the stuff that he's able to. He said that he saw what appeared to be a bunch of villagers turning on one another, some of them with symbols carved into their foreheads. He draws in the sand the symbol of the culling or of Brelnax, whichever you prefer to call it. He said that the buildings were on fire, there were fields on fire, people screaming out for help and nobody coming to help them. And then them all turning to him and going after him. The only thing that he saw that seemed to be of use, he couldn't tell a time of day or a time of year or anything like that, but what he could tell you was that there was a sign that had a BAR, and it was kind of slowly burning.
I just realized this could be anywhere.
Just a bar. I don't remember if it was mentioned. Was this happening during the night? Was it dark?
It was definitely darker.
Okay.
The only thing is, just it was more dim kind of light.
Okay.
Just the fire and everything that was ramping up and whatever else was going on. For him, he just kind of, in his vision, could see the essential things that were going on. A lot of surrounding details weren't really too divulged.
All right.
So, you make your way up to the noise of the docks themselves become more and more loud. You can hear wood creaking with the clanking of chains, clattering of boxes and barrels, shouts ringing out. There's this kind of cacophony as the life and beating heart of Southbrook is before you now, to do as you wish.
All right. Well, the plan was to look for some sort of portmaster.
Okay.
Connor, you would probably have the best idea of where to find that person. Who do we go talk to?
I'm sure we could probably just walk around and see if somebody's chartering out their ship. I don't know. Sure. It's probably easier to just ask door to door, because if we try to go through the portmaster's hall there, it's always super busy.
Okay. Do you need to do anything while we're here?
I mean, is what you have going on urgent?
I don't even know, if you guys really need to come.
If anything, we're going to have to come back anyhow, but
That's, well...
with the... I guess not. I think I'm okay.
Alright. I'm just gonna look around for, somebody who's just, sitting on their boat, or,
Okay.
tending to their boat who doesn't look super busy.
Make a perception check.
Alright. 18.
Okay. A lot of movement constantly goes on within the docks. It's easy to spot somebody who's not moving around, just because everybody else seems to be doing something. Most of the people that you can see that have ships docked here, a lot of them are large, cargo ships, bigger fishing boats. There's a couple of smaller fishing boats, but you can tell that those fishing boats probably aren't going to be your best bet, because they're probably going to be busy going out and doing something to get back for the day. They probably don't want to take, a 3 or so day journey to get to Lendrum. You end up finding what you can see. You see this kind of skiff type ship. It's built very, very wide. There's no bench seat or anything inside of it like a rowboat would have. It's just this very, very wide built, strong kind of almost flat looking bottom, but it's very deep. You can see it sits pretty low to the water as well. The construction itself is different, and you may have seen maybe a handful here and there through your travels.
Okay.
But you can see the back of an individual is sitting on the kind of edge of the dock near the boat, and the only one by it. The boat definitely seems small enough to be manned by 1 or 2 people, one if they're really efficient with it. And the boat itself seems large enough for what you need.
Okay. And does the boat have a mast and sail, or?
It does,
Okay.
yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and walk down the dock and... Hello there, excuse me, sir.
Turning around, you see this very, very wide-brimmed hat. You can see wearing on them, they have this kind of bulkier, kind of admiral-type jacket, if you would. Bulky kind of sailor garb to them. Slender build, turning around to face you, you can see long auburn brown hair, light highlights at the tips, kind of like this sun-bleached blondish brown color. And as she turns to look at you, you can see that there is a bit of an undercut where kind of the right side of her head is, and you can see a pretty sizable scar that's there. It was very easy to kind of confuse it for a man just seeing like the back side of the right part of the head because it's just completely buzzed. You can see this huge scar. It's probably about yay big around, and it looks like it kind of splinters out, almost like spider web in a way, where there may have been some sort of like a blunt force trauma at some point or another. You can see as she stands up and kind of picks herself up, a scimitar like cutlass on each hip. They're both on separate kind of scabbards and belts, sitting at various heights and different tightnesses. Her eyes, as she looks at you, are this light and intense green. Not a sir, but what can I do for you?
My apologies.
Happens all the time.
I'm looking for passage on a ship for just a few days. Just a round trip.
Head into...
Some islands north of here. Small islands. The island is known as Lendra.
I've definitely sailed past it a time or two. 3 days there.
Yep.
Will you be coming back?
I believe so, yeah.
Alright. Well, for the 3 days, charter, ship, food, water, whatever you need, I can do that.
Okay.
Run you about 200 gold.
Alright. I can provide food and water for my companions and you if you wish.
Sure, we'll call it an even 150 then.
Alright. Sounds good to me.
Let me prepare some things and then we'll be on the way. The name's Leanne if you need anything.
Leanne, nice to meet you, Moldrak.
She walks past. You can see that she has a very, very long stride for how short she is. She definitely seems to sway quite a bit as she's walking, and you don't think it's on purpose. You think that she may have some sort of like a gait issue, maybe, like with the way that she steps. It's not quite a limp. It's almost like some of her coordination is a tad bit off, but she definitely seems like she can function. She ends up returning with a small crate, and then she has over one of her shoulders some rope. The crate looks like it has some canvas inside of it, along with some thinner kind of twine-like line. Also, inside of there, 2 or 3 like water skins that you can see have a little bit of dampness, like to the top, whereas they may have just been filled recently. But as she jumps down and into the boat, you can see the boat itself, like I said, it's quite wide. It's probably a good 20 or so feet long, maybe a little longer. Width-wise, it's almost like a square with how wide it is. But it's probably only actually like 11 or so feet wide. It just looks very awkward because of how low it sits and the width. It's just this big, bulky kind of boat. But as she gets down, she starts setting boxes and whatever around to the side. You can see the ship itself has that central mast in the middle, but then there's also this larger kind of rudder type thing at the back that she seems to be able to maneuver from the back of the boat. Is there anything else you'll be needed, or are we ready to go?
I think we're ready. And feel free to put us to work. We all have, well, maybe not Chelonia, but myself and my friend here, and I point to Connor. He's quite the navigator, and I have plenty of experience as first mate.
Very good. Be an easier trip than I was expecting then. The boat, she just kind of gestures over to you. Give us a good push off. Boat kind of... Maybe not that good, but alright.
Threw it to the island really
Sorry.
quick.
As the boat itself gets corrected and the wind catches as she adjusts the sail a bit, you can see her grabbing at the rudder towards the back. She's just leaning against the side. So, I know the names Modrak and Connor. Your keepers, yeah?
Aye, that we be.
Well, pleasure to have you aboard then.
Yeah. What, do you just, offer your services for hire normally, or are you here by chance?
Most of the time I just bring the boat out, go sailing, see what's around, fishing here and there. People do come by every now and then, tourists, travelers, looking around for trade or charter boats. Figure if I got the boat, why not provide the service?
That's fair. Are you native to Southbrook then?
Aye.
Yeah. I've only been there a few times now myself, but it's very nice.
There are other places I'd rather be, but most of the work for me is here, so.
That's fair.
As you travel along, every now and then she shouts out an order that you're able to easily accomplish.
Yeah, I'll help out as much as I can.
Yeah. As for the journey itself, it's quite smooth. Only takes you about, as I said, 3 days. It actually takes pretty close to like 3.5. The boat itself, you were expecting it to be 4, but the boat itself moves much quicker than the larger ships do, and with a lot more grace. It handles the waves quite well, and even though it bounces around a bit, it's able to not feel so like clunky with everything that it does. It just kind of rides the waves a little bit smoother.
Got it.
But as you begin to approach the area of Lendrum, you see waves. They're opposite the normal current and the wind. They don't seem to be natural by any means, but you can see beneath the surface of the water, blue-skinned elven folk begin to appear. Same ones you saw before, the last time you were approaching. Leanne goes to draw a cutlass and point it in a swift motion. It can't be like stopped, but she has it like out and ready to attack. Yeah, she just kind of like has it up.
It's not necessary. These are the people I came to see. You can just, you can probably just drop anchor here and I can make my way over there.
Alright. Very well.
Oh,
I won't be waiting too long though.
Okay. I don't know if Connor wants to swim, but I don't know how far out we are. If we can just
Yeah, you're not too far. As you kind of get ready to stop, the individuals, the sea elves, actually begin to take water like underneath the boat and push it along over towards the island. And then once it gets over to the island, they just like put it up onto the beach.
Okay.
And then she just kind of like plops up. You navigate your way through. They don't speak to you much as you're approaching, same as before, like the last time. They also seem to recognize who you are, and you see familiar faces among them as well. Nobody you've ever introduced yourself to or been introduced to. But they walk you over to the village. The village, you remember, being these kind of larger, almost dome-shaped buildings that are actually pockets that go underneath the water and various tunnels within the island. There are some central huts that sit above where there are some fires and whatever else. Just like central areas where you can kind of lounge around within the village and island here. As you are approaching the kind of central portion, you can see Master Jessalee standing there. A tall elven woman, slender. She has on the kind of wispy white and like light blue robes. As she looks over to you, you can see her standing. Also a sea elf, but much more of a fairer complexion than the bluish color. Muldrak, you have returned.
I give a bow. I have. We have a little bit of time in between what we need to be doing next, so I figured this is as good a time as any.
You are ready, you think?
I've learned a lot since I've last come here. I think I have grown, and I do not know if I'm ready, but I would like to try.
Well, you being humble says a lot. She steps towards you a little bit, as she steps over. Alright then, let us not waste time. Your friends may wait here.
Okay.
There's plenty of food and water for them, and a fire to keep them warm. She looks over to a couple of the sea elves and kind of gestures over and gives like a nod and a look. A nod and a look that kind of, as you look at it, you just kind of look into it for a moment like, okay, that's a little odd, just because of the way that she just kind of like gestured over and then did a bit of a nod towards them. You are kind of gestured over towards the same area where you once went to that chamber that is below the actual island, where you went near the entry portal to the world of water, when you originally went to go find where Eandros was, and we're finding it there. It is a round chamber. The floor has waves beneath it that flow around in all directions. This chamber is separate to where the actual portal itself is. This is kind of like the actual central area that surrounds where that kind of wraps around. I'd say almost imagine it. God, I can't remember that dungeon in World of Warcraft, but it's
nerd.
essentially like being in an aquarium underwater and just completely surrounded by one.
I know what you're talking about.
The floor, like I said, has waves beneath it that flow around in all directions. The walls, the ceilings. The center has a small fountain that you can see where majority of this water is flowing to. It's all going in different directions, but most of it seems to be flowing into the central portion of it. And you can see the actual portion where the fountain is. Some of it's like coming up, and then you can see some of it is actually like reverting back into it. There's just this constant flow of water throughout here.
Okay.
Like I said, it feels like you're just completely surrounded by an aquarium. The only thing that you're not really seeing are sea life of any sort. It's just water that's constantly moving around. There is some sort of a light source that is shimmering down and in, and you think it's probably from the sun or something outside that's causing light to just kind of reflect and illuminate off of all of these various parts of the water, and it gives that kind of strange light effect to the floor, like the shimmer. But even it bouncing against the water-like floor that there is, it's a little disorienting being in the room for a moment before your eyes kind of adjust, and you do as well. Once you get up to the fountain, you can see that the fountain itself is just this very, very smooth but twisted, porcelain-looking kind of spout that goes straight up. So it's almost like turning up like this way.
Okay.
And there's just a bunch of several like grooves that are all going down the side, and it turns up into this. And then you can see at the top where the apex of the fountain is going, because it's kind of swirling out this way. And then there's one in the middle that's reverting back down. But at the very top of it, where all of it seems to be bouncing off of and going into, there's an orb probably about yay big. It's nothing like huge. It's only about this big. Water is an element of versatility and beauty. It can run strong with the current of the river. She gestures her hand at the orb, and it turns into a stream of water. It's sitting in the same spot that it was, but in air it's floating, and it's flowing very, very forcefully. Or be at peace in a pond, still and serene. Again, she motions at the orb, and the orb becomes so still it almost looks like ice. It takes shape and adapts, but it can also be hard as stone. It cannot be destroyed, only transformed. Then you watch the orb go from this flowing water into a mist that almost evaporates before it condenses all into this frozen ball of ice that almost looks like stone before it slowly melts back into that flowing orb. Your trials have led you here, after much experience and wisdom that you've been given. Before, you only had but a small taste of my idea of what elemental power there is around you to be pried upon. Before we'd met, you'd met with Master Kell at some point, who explained to you of Primarius Elementus. Now, although we praise gods, some of us, for reasons of generations, I'd say. It's just traditions that have adapted over time. The truth being bent and turned around into whatever fits society has led us to where we are now. But you know the truth, and I know that you believe it to be. You can feel it in your very core. You've mastered fire. Have you seen any of the other masters?
I did. I met with, I can't remember the Earth guy's name.
Rygon.
Rygon. I met with Master Rygon as well, and I intend to meet with, I really should have these written down. The air guy. What's his, do you know it?
Brayun.
Brayun. I intend to meet with Brayun as soon as I'm able.
You chose the correct person to go last. Even though Rygon's the dwarf, Brayun's the most stubborn bastard I've ever met.
Well, that bodes well for me.
Well, if this bodes well, and this goes well for you here today, I'm sure you'll have no issues with whatever trials he brings upon you.
'Cause he's weak.
Just stubborn and weak.
Just an old person.
Okay, I'm gonna have Ander roll a this is for Connor. Roll a Constitution save with disadvantage, and then you're gonna roll one for Chelonia for me.
Oh no, you guys are dead.
Disadvantage?
Disadvantage. He has a +4,
No, fuck.
and he's
don't mean shit, he's a
proficient, so
natty
it'll
20s.
actually
Natty 20
be
dubs. Connor has luck.
Connor's gonna use luck.
+9.
Nat 20.
+9?
Yeah.
Connor gonna use
Is that a
luck.
D12 or a D20?
20.
Oh, those things are...
Can you use 2 lucks?
No,
That's cheating,
I don't
right?
think
That's
so.
cheating,
Just
right?
one.
What's con? What's con?
What's Con's con?
I
Con's
don't
con?
think Con's con is great.
Bro,
It's not bad. It's +2.
Oh shit.
9. So
9.
pretty much. Probably.
Oh wait. He's hang on. He's proficient, so it's a +7.
14. Shit.
Because I think he took a feat. I gave him proficiency with those.
Things continue as Lord. Your time here will show you truly what water is and what it can do. Water is life, and it can cure, but it can also be destruction and death. You hear the room begin to shift. The wall to both the right and left jut out, like the glass itself is pushed out like a display case. And sitting inside each one, you see Chelonia in one and Connor in the other. They have a chain covering their entire body with a weight at their ankles. The chain leads up and out of the case to a crank on the outside.
Okay.
The case itself is about 90% full of water, and they both slowly begin sinking. You can see both of them are in like a coma state, where they don't appear to be like readily moving around or trying to escape,
I'm sorry.
or even like conscious.
Just for clarification before
Yep.
we keep going, is it like wrapping their whole body, or is it like around parts of them? And
So it's like
how
this
does-
like
how's
X
the-
formation
Okay.
around their chest, and then in
like
the
they're
front,
like super manacled?
yeah, and then in the front, their arms are like bound,
Okay.
and then chains around that, and then
Okay.
a chain going through like from the back, like underneath like their crotch,
Got it.
up to the back, and then down over to where the actual like weight is.
And
at
then
the
they're
bottom.
like being lowered.
It seems like the
Or
crank
the-
that
it's
they're on. So
the
you can see
water's
like the
raising?
crank itself
Yeah.
is like when it starts to like crank up, it seems like it's pulling them up out of the water, and then when it stops being cranked, it slowly starts to descend them back into the water itself.
Okay.
You go to turn to look to see where Jessely is, and you can see her there before you. You watch her begin enveloped in water all around. She just starts to kind of like put her hands out, and you can see water that is actually coming from like the walls itself seems to be filling up those parts that have jutted out of the sides.
Okay.
The walls have kind of like there's like it seems to be glass, but it's not normal glass. The entire bulb itself seems to be magical of some sort. You don't think it's arcane magic by any means.
Sure.
But at a quick glance, you can see as she's standing there and taking the water in, it starts like swirling down from the ceiling, like parts of it open up and then come down towards her, and she starts to swirl around. The arms on her turn into these huge bits of water that just seems to be circulating and splashing and flowing around. Okay. She gets up to a point where she's now a good 12 or so feet high, and you can see her in the center of this huge enveloped water elemental pretty much. And then as she's sitting in the center, she just disappears from the water that just starts to get like almost like ice around her in a way, but it's just more of like a deep blue color. Okay. So if I could have you roll initiative.
Yep.
Dun, dun,
Fair
dun,
enough.
dun, 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 dun. I'm just saying, if you want me to do the music for the entire fight, I'll do it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I'm already out of breath. I quit. Got him. Don't let it go. Don't let it go. Oh my god. Stop.
Pranked his ass.
Stop. Keep holding it. Oh my god. There we go.
Wait, let it go.
Let it go. Why are you holding it? That's stupid.
Got it.
Oh, limited.
Probably
And
gonna
then
need.
switch that over to the combat for me. I also need Connor and Shalom.
Oh, that's me.
Aren't you glad you didn't volunteer to come along?
I knew this shit was happening. They told me.
Yeah.
I got the email.
Yeah. Okay, it'll take you a lot longer to hit the water, so.
Fuck, actually, I need to grab the other one. I need squares. Just it does not have squares.
Round 2. Fight.
Dun, 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 dun.
There's water.
It is water.
Styrofoam, but
No. Water. Use your imagination, jeez.
Dude, this is not about imagination. Okay?
I play this for
Like the center.
the hardcore gamer aspect of it.
Yeah. Not no fucking nerd, dude. Alright?
Trying to run some dungeons and
Trying to
shit,
have
dude.
continuity here.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even specify which one.
You want me to talk in a voice? Yikes, am I right?
Imagine.
Yup.
Bill, you better hurry up. I can only comic relief for so long, okay?
When did you start being funny? When was that?
Never stopped.
Oh, we
Okay.
said all the funny people were here today.
I said he just didn't start being funny until. I don't know when he started.
It's born this way.
Came out with a little cracking joke.
Yeah.
Cracking?
It's just
Cracking
fucking-
jokes?
I'll crack joke or cracking jokes. I fucking smoke them bitches, right? They come fucking with me
Cracking our
cracking.
joke. Damn.
Damn.
Got him.
Shit. I'd probably fight a crack in real life. Smoke his ass.
Hold on, I would pay to see that.
Me too, because Krakens are hard to find.
Yep.
All right.
Can I play Connor in this fight?
Sure can. Thanks for volunteering.
You're welcome. I don't need a sheet, don't grab it.
It's fine, I'll play Chelonia.
Oh shit, you're
What'd you get
roll?
for initiative?
16.
16. Okay.
You want me to roll for Connor?
He's so funny.
Yeah,
He's so funny.
true. Are you saying the same shit? That's fucking gone. I'm not even gonna try and find it. Actually, I found it instantly.
Little boys?
Oh, that's not it.
Oh, I thought that was a dice. It's so small.
That's what I thought too when I
Size
picked it up. It's literally the same size. Oh, there.
It is.
Damn, dude, you got a golden D10. took my glasses off. It's still dice.
You know, let me roll it.
All right.
Yep.
Fucking one, dude.
And with that,
I don't like this.
let's see. From back here,
Yep.
okay, actually from right there. No, from right
From right where?
right there.
Got it.
Not too far forward. It just moves.
Intermittent.
The elemental moves up maybe about 5 feet and then takes one of the arms and like whips it around to where you watch the
great.
water just it goes from this very slight like flow and you're watching it as it's happening. Even though you're like, it just like kicks in, the adrenaline kicks in and it's fight or flight, you're watching it just flow very, very gently before it like snaps and almost solidifies itself to hit you. So it's going to make that first
shit out of here.
first slam attack is a 24.
Oh, shit.
My
Dog
ass.
forks.
Dude.
So,
You don't want to disrespect you like that?
Ooh,
Slap
shit.
you
They all,
down?
man.
they all slapped the shit out of me. I just come to get my ass kicked. I like it.
21 points of bludgeoning damage from the first one. And then as that one swings around and smacks you in the like upper shoulder, you go to throw the shield up to block it, but it just slams and it's so powerful that it knocks you in the other direction. And then as you're looking, you can see another one coming right around from the other side.
Awesome.
Kills you on the first turn, doesn't even give you a chance.
Another 24.
No, that one somehow doesn't hit.
Grabs the Kraken, dies to this fucking water blob.
16 points of bludgeoning damage.
Water blobs are different, dude. They be like water and shit.
Yeah. They hold the Kraken. They're strong enough.
Water is the strongest enemy, I guess.
And that is all the water elemental does in that turn.
Okay.
Demons be needing water, dude.
Besides
Oh, what a bitch.
dropping back, it just kind of does like this and then slinks back. You can still see it swirling around in the background. It even gets to a point where it's not like in this like motion, it's just kind of like sitting in the same position with all of the water flowing downward.
Water elemental. Can he use his seminal ability on a water elemental?
I don't think it was within range.
I know, I'm just wondering.
Yeah, it's a creature.
Just make sure.
Grab
He be
the
hitting
water.
with the
Grab the water.
and you know.
Can I like?
Doesn't the water elemental just keep going?
Can I
back
move
in
the
water and
like
current
move as
just becomes
normal
water?
here?
Yep,
would
the
be
ground
smart, but
is
they're fucking
like
stupid.
I said, it's like
It's
it
unworkable.
appears to be like glass, but you can definitely tell that there's some sort of other unnatural element.
How are my
affecting
friends
things.
doing?
So as you can see, both of them are in the. So I'm just trying to give you a good visual here.
Yeah.
About how far out you see them is how far out from the wall that this like case is sitting. So they're kind of like
Oh, they're
in
being
the middle
pulled
of
back
it.
towards it.
Yeah. So they're just sinking into the top part of the case that they're in is like empty about 10% of the way. It's probably like a good 10 or so feet deep. So only about a foot of it has no water sitting at the top of it. And right now that's about where they are. Like they just got like dropped into it and are slowly starting to like sink down into the water.
Okay.
You can see that the chain and like crank that's on the outside is just slowly kind of like, it's just like the weight is slowly causing it to drop down.
Okay. Wait, there's like a crank you said, right?
Correct. So
Okay.
let me draw you a visual.
Yeah, sure.
My previous visual on here. Okay, ignore that
These
one.
squares, they're way too hard to
Where are you trying to get?
I just need to be within 30 feet of either of them. I don't know how far away they are.
Billy put you in the middle of two squares.
I know. It's a classic Billy move.
That's so fucking troll. So that's about 8 away. If I
8,
gotta find out how far you are from the first square.
4. Well, I only have one action,
30,
so.
35, 40, 45, 50, 55. 58. 'Cause
Nice.
3 feet.
Okay,
Appreciate
this is
it.
what you're dealing with.
It's not it's definitely not his worst try.
Yeah, definitely not the
So
worst.
this is like the It's not on the floor. No, the camera didn't need to see that. It's not on the floor. There's glass.
What does it say?
Sticking out. The glass is probably like 3 feet. It says help. Glass is probably
He's
sitting
asleep.
at the base of it 3 feet from the floor.
Okay.
The water's filled up to about there, like I said,
Yep.
and then there's the chain that's all wrapped around them, goes up and connects to some sort of like a link or a hoop that's in the wall itself that goes down to the crank. And then that crank seems like it's under some sort of tension where it doesn't just immediately drop. Like it's slowly just kind of clicking. It's slowly clicking to drop them down, but you can see if you cranked it, it would come back this way.
Okay.
Do with that what you will. I'll leave
Yeah.
that illustration there in case anybody wants me to sign an autograph.
I think we need to show
I
people
might.
that
No,
so
they
they can
don't
know
need
Put
what's
it on
happening.
Twitter.
'Cause
Put it on the Twitter page. All right.
I wish you still had all your. We should just make like a collection, an art collection of Billy's drawings during our D&D campaigns. Definitely starts with the man filled with holes.
All right. I'm gonna. So, like the crank, is it like 5 or 10 feet away from them? Like where's?
It's like I'll get
Okay.
these. I'll set these down.
Yeah, that works. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna use.
Can we get some stick figures up in that?
I feel like you should put his art on there.
I'm gonna move towards the elemental on a diagonal, so that I'm getting.
Like this way?
Yes. So that I'm getting closer, but I want to be within 30 feet of the crank.
If you go here, you're within 25.
Okay,
You want to
so-
be here instead? Where you're at
Yes.
30?
And I'm going to use shape water. I pull some water out of my water skin, and I am going to blast it towards the crank. And within a 5-foot cube, I can change the property of the water to freeze. So I'm going to try and stop the crank from spinning altogether.
Okay. Go ahead and just make a spellcasting ability check for me.
Okay. Is it just my straight wisdom?
Correct.
Okay. 20. What's 17 plus 4?
21.
21.
Okay. You start running forward and quickly just kind of like sheath the hammer and then pull from the water skin. You can see the water as it's coming out starts to slowly like get colder and colder as it gets closer to where you slam it up into some part of the crank to try and freeze it up.
Yeah.
And you can see for a moment it seems like it's sitting there, and it may only delay it temporarily because you can see it slowly going, and you can almost like hear the,
Okay.
but it doesn't seem to be moving on that side.
Got it. Okay. Well, it takes an action, so.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's anything I can do as a bonus action. It's my turn.
All right.
Connor's turn. He'd like to keep drowning.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
Trelawney will do the same.
You guys are so good at playing these people.
Yeah, I know.
We're trying to figure out how to get them killed. We can do it right here.
Oh, right. Connor would like
dude.
to,
Cool,
Connor would
cool,
like to
cool,
start
cool.
drinking water.
Anything salty, he's gonna add some salt to it.
All right.
Is that actually a water elemental mini, or is that a wave?
It's a mini. Its face is right there.
Oh, what the fuck? It literally just looks like a wave. You could probably put that when we were fighting the Kraken. We wouldn't have known.
That's what water elementals are supposed to
The
be.
face doesn't look like it was like
Okay.
made to be there. It looks like it was like, you know, like you see a face in wood.
You watch as you throw over, and you can
What's that
feel
called?
like you have a strong ability and are able to control water quite well, but this small little bit of energy that you put over there, this elemental power that you use, just doesn't feel like it has a lot of like strength behind it, if you know what I mean. Like it's just
Okay.
you just don't feel super confident in it as you throw it over there. It does what it needs to do for a moment before it slowly starts to kind of and crack, and then you watch the water elemental actually just take the hand over towards it, or the large whip, and then the ice kind of breaks off and goes right into the arm, and then you watch the chain just start to sink right back down again, and then the arm comes around and so it's like from the swing, it's actually pulling the ice off of the chain and then smacking you with another slam.
All right.
That's a 13.
Okay, 13 is gonna miss.
As the whip comes around, you just kind of throw the shield up, and then it splashes around. From that water that just splashed and kind of dispersed, a bunch of spikes kind of form, and then slam down towards you.
That's so cool.
Sick.
That's gonna be a 10.
That misses.
Yeah. As they all start to fly down towards you, you can hear them, and then they hit into the ground. And then as they're there, you feel the water actually pour down from the shield and then melt on the ground itself before going into the water elemental. That brings it to your turn.
Okay. So his is moving again, but it's been slightly delayed.
Correct. Jake, can you fix that camera a little bit?
Which one?
Just like turn it just a bit.
Oh, I didn't even notice. It's like that.
You're alright. What are you doing on your turn?
I'm still thinking. I should have.
That's good.
Been thinking.
Perfect.
Always.
Fuck. I'm right back at it.
Right there.
Why does it seem like...
Too much? No, it's cockeyed. You gotta like this way.
That's all I gotta say about
Yep.
this. This was a terrible idea. Why did you have me do this?
Okay.
What do you got?
Am I tall enough to see the? I don't remember how tall you said the tanks were.
The tanks themselves are about 10 feet.
Okay.
So it's about 3 feet off the ground, and then the top of that's 10 feet. So 13 feet up is where the top of that tank is.
Was the tank 10 feet or 13 feet?
Are they submerging already?
They're definitely getting to the point where you think within like probably
I mean, like, is their body touching
their
the
bodies
water?
in it. The only thing above is their head.
Okay. This ain't gonna be great for them, but hopefully they don't have to be in there that long. Can I freeze the water that they're being lowered into?
I'd say on one of them.
Okay. Because it
Hypothermia damage do you take?
hopefully the fight won't last long. But I don't know how else to keep them alive. Other than just taking hits and I don't know.
Do some chain bending.
I don't know what else is at my
Chain
I'm just gonna. I'm gonna.
It's the fifth art. Fifth element. Like the movie.
Fuck. We're only on the first avatar. Once we get to the second avatar, we can start fucking bending chains and shit.
Sorry, this is stressful.
Metal bender.
Let me look at another spell.
You want to take around with that camera a little more, Jer?
Want me to do what on the camera? This is Twitch.
Oh my god, dude. This is fucking...
How much?
This is Twitch.
And then there it is.
If
That's
fucking,
good.
I'd be like, this would be me. You'd be like,
That's fine. You can see both sides, right? Yeah.
you can see both sides. Pussy. Got him twice. Got him twice. Three times.
Okay. All right. What's the distance between the two tanks, Billy? Do you know?
So hang on, let me figure that out real quick. Is 55 to the middle, I think? I actually didn't count to Chelonia, so it might be different.
About 110 feet.
We out here doing numbers correctly and shit.
Okay.
This guy.
Did you say 100 feet?
It's a 55. Which if you multiply it
Damn
by
it.
2, 110. And I only did half the
Can
distance.
they be 5 feet?
Unfortunately,
each?
they are not.
Hang on, hey, shut up. You know what to do. Give it a fucking...
You can move Jeloni all you want. Doesn't change where the tank is.
Then he's outside the tank, move.
No, don't touch him. Change my mind.
That's how it works.
You just... Okay, well, just fucking... Easy, beat this
Alright.
one. Just grab both.
That's how I
boom, boom,
imagine it.
I'm gonna slam the hammer into my shield as I charge at the thing and cast Paralyzing Thunder.
Alright.
What are the tanks made of?
And I'm gonna make 2 attacks.
It's like magic glass.
Fucking always be magic glass, man.
22 to hit.
That hits.
22 to hit again.
Also hits.
Alright, he needs to make some con saves unless they can't be stunned. I need more d10s.
Like drinking
For some reason.
stick straw in the void.
Then he starts fucking you up from the inside.
Oh fuck.
Well,
Yeah, bad idea.
Does it say stunned or paralyzed on the...
oh, I don't know. Probably paralyzed, I would guess, but I will double check for you.
Which one can he not be?
Stunned.
Stunned. Okay, he can be stunned. She can be stunned.
Got it.
Con save?
Yep.
If he fails, he
It's
dies.
a natural 1.
Okay.
Legendary resistance.
Oh, fuck!
He's in a 1v1. Where's his legendary resistances?
I do have 1.
Where's his 2 more? Huh?
Okay, well, he still has to make a second one.
Oh god, that's not great either. 16.
That's a fail.
Fuck. Alright. Legendary resistance.
Alright, well, you're still taking the damage.
D&D sucks. I'm gonna say it.
7, 14. Do you want me to split up the damage?
You have magical weapon, right?
I do.
Yeah, as long as you're not doing poison damage, you're fine.
Okay, we're good then.
Poison damage?
14.
Do they not take less fire
15
damage?
plus 9. 23 points of damage for the first one.
Okay.
Oh, that's at least 60.
No.
No?
You're really throwing me off. It's not helping me.
That was
11, 16 plus 9. 25 points of damage for the second one.
Okay.
I'm at close to 60.
As I slam into it and lightning arcs throughout the water.
Alright, you definitely see that as you slam and the lightning arcs throughout it, that she seems to be affected by it to some degree, but is able to resist it and kind of push it off. Immediately after your turn,
Yeah.
Makes it so she's immune to stun.
needs you to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. 18.
Just makes it. Alright. The water itself, the elemental, just goes to envelop your entire form as best it can, and as it washes over you, you can actually feel it you just get soaked with water as it passes over, but some of the water gets pulled off of you and goes back into the elemental itself, and she ends up behind you,
Oh, weird.
but it doesn't seem to have affected you because
sounds
you
like
resist
cheats.
it. You can feel the force of it trying to push and pick you up, but you're burying your feet to the ground and smacking the water to the side as best you can.
Okay.
You try to put your hand forward and move the water out of the way and manipulate it in some way, but it seems like you have no effect on the water elemental itself, the water that's there, the magic that is controlling the water elemental is way more powerful than your abilities with water. So anything you're doing with it doesn't seem to be actually causing you to manipulate it in any way.
Okay.
But you're just fighting off this huge, overwhelming force that slams into you momentarily. But it's your turn again. And you watch
Yeah.
as the chains on both sides have slunk down enough. Chelonia's just about a few inches, more submerged than Connor is.
Okay.
But you watch as you turn around to look and see the elemental behind you. You just take a quick glance over and can see that Connor's just kind of head is towards the side and his mouth is just about to go into the water. And Chelonia at this point is nose into it.
Alright. So probably one round before they start drowning. I don't know. Do
It's
they?
a Constitution score, but
Okay.
but it's a little different when they're just unconscious. So you're not too sure. You just more have this sense of urgency that you need to help them.
Okay.
More question here. Chelonia a tortoise or a turtle?
Tortoise.
Do those guys
He's gonna
breathe
start
underwater?
drowning. He's gonna start drowning.
Get him out!
I don't think turtles have that ability. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think they do either.
Um,
I think he pretty much just gets claws and the ability to go into a shell
okay.
and live a very long time.
So, yeah. Without the claws or the shell.
Alright. Just because this lasts for one more round, I'm going to take 3 more attacks, and then I'm going to hopefully do something next round, as far as my drowning friends.
This fucking book.
Alright.
I'll use these cards.
22 to hit,
Hits.
26 to hit,
Mm-hmm.
24 to hit.
All 3 hit.
Okay.
Nice.
3 constitution saves.
Oh, shit.
Oh, look at that last.
What?
Sorry. How long does it last?
Just 2 rounds.
Oh, okay.
So this is it.
So hopefully it fails.
18.
That's a success. But the damage for the first one, 19 plus 8, 27 plus 9, 27 plus 9, 36. 36 points of damage. I rolled a 10, a 9, and an 8.
Okay. 22 for the second save.
That succeeds.
And 8 for the last one.
That's a fail.
It's a legendary resistance.
Yep.
It's all of them.
Okay. 9. 6, 13, 22, plus 9. 31. 22 plus 9, that's 31, right?
Yep.
Okay. Not as much. 10 plus 9. 19 points of damage. And as my bonus action, I'm going to drink a potion.
Okay.
Delicioso.
What?
Delicioso.
Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5,
It's like,
6.
fuck did you just say?
I really don't even know what's going on right now.
It's okay, you got this.
8,
I believe.
8, 10,
How does the drowning work?
18, 19.
Normally
Plus
it's your
27.
constitution mod in minutes,
It's probably going to be a little different.
but
But
they're
since
not
they're
like
asleep?
conscious, right?
Yeah. Plus, what is it? 20
Okay.
plus 8.
I think you'd survive longer if you fell asleep underwater because you wouldn't be struggling.
Okay.
Fucking
Alright.
Sounds like a fucking tornado siren.
The
Once in a while. Like, what the fuck?
No, it's a tornadoes.
The backside of the elemental, you take a smack into it, and as you do, you can see the thunder like just crackling all over the water. You take 3 quick swings. There's just like the 1, 2, and then the third. The third one, you watch a little bit of the water just kind of like crackle and almost like it slows down for a moment before the water starts to swirl again. As she whips around, she just kind of like pulls herself this way to where she is now imposing herself between you and Connor. You can't see Connor behind her. No.
Okay.
You watch the arm kind of like whip around on both sides, and it just keeps doing this. And you're getting ready for an attack on the very first one that whips around. You just kind of anticipate, but then you feel behind you something trying to like almost pull you, like your feet are getting sucked into the water. You can see the glass underneath has now kind of disappeared to where now there's just water behind you. It starts to swirl in this vortex, and it gets more and more intense, and you can see it actually pulling down to where there's just like this dark, deep blue colored water underneath back here at this point. So, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
16.
That is a failure. Okay.
I have an idea. I'm probably going to take damage, but I do have an idea.
Oh, they really fucked that up with the fucking.
Threw out the whole rhythm.
Yeah, that shit was going.
Take 13 points of bludgeoning damage,
Got it.
and you're pulled
No,
Alright, so
that's
trap beat
wrong.
over that.
10 feet to the center.
I almost made.
I'm
a solid.
sorry. 16?
13.
13. Okay.
So that's 5.
All right.
You feel your feet get pulled down to where you were kind of like even almost with where the face was on the elemental, but now you're like pulled down to where you're pretty much in water, like swimming in a way. You have your shield and hammer and everything still, but you feel yourself like get pulled around like 2 or 3 times as it's sucking you down into the center of it.
Okay. All right.
And now it is your turn.
Okay. All right. What I'm gonna try and do. Control water allows me to control the water anywhere in a cube of 100 feet on each side. So that I'm gonna try to do the very corner of the cube where Connor's like just behind where Connor's cage is.
Okay.
But specifically just the water that I'm in. As I start to spin, I'm going to kind of let myself be pulled a little bit and feel the water and try to start spinning it the opposite direction to cancel out the whirlpool.
Okay.
Because with control water, one of the options I can do is whirlpool. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping that I can just cancel it out.
Okay. So here's the thing. This is actually from the water elemental casting control water. So I'm just going to do a spell casting ability check against one another.
Got it.
So I will tell you what you got to beat here in a second.
Fucking water the water.
You got to beat an 8.
I rolled the 5. Plus 4 is 9.
Get shit on.
Oh, jeez.
Outwater element or outwater to outwater.
Feel the water that's like swirling around. If there was a moment for you to show your ability with water, this is it right now. As it's swirling around, you can see the elemental has not even focused on hitting you at all. It's just she's just swirling around the water, and you can see as her hands are going this way, you're doing it in the opposite direction, and your arms are starting to like tense up and flex, and you're pulling. You actually feel it. You can see the whirlpool itself is like doing one of these and sloshing around, and there's like waves that are getting splashed up from the water, getting pushed back and forth. Your arms like tense up as you're turning it around, and you actually clench into a fist. But then as you get to a certain point, you just kind of release, and then start to slowly, like very fluently flow your arms around to where after you get to that breaking point where you've overlapped what hers was doing, you just let it naturally start to flow around. You can see that she seems to be unaffected by the actual pull of the water though, but the whirlpool itself eventually just dissipates.
I was mostly just trying to stop myself from being pulled.
You put yourself into a different
the water
reverse
dissipates.
whirlpool.
Okay. That's my turn. I'm not gonna do anything else right now.
Okay. The ground itself, where you're standing, you feel it's water, but it's slowly just like that kind of glass.
It's
if you
like
would,
solidifying
just
again.
goes right back over the water.
Squeezes my head.
Get a smaller head.
That was on your turn that it happened, so I gotta wait till next one.
Okay. Well, I think it happened before my turn, though.
Connor would like to wake up at this point.
1, 2,
Take a big old gulp.
You're right.
Only would like to morph into a turtle.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it happened right before.
It did.
mine.
At this point, they are both underwater. You can see the bubbles kind of just start to form from when their head goes down. There's like this one breath that kind of goes out from them just naturally breathing. But then on the second one, you can see the body as it hits the water kind of just does like this very, very small little twitch.
Yep.
You don't see them like thrashing around or anything, but they just kind of did like a quick kind of jolt. The water, you don't see Connor, you see Chelonia.
Okay.
Because Connor's still being, she's imposing herself in between.
All right.
At this point, she now backs up a little bit,
Yep.
and from where she backs up, the ground here separates to where it's water now that you can see. It's probably about a good 4.5 foot wide circle that swirls upward with water, and you watch the elemental's hands just kind of form into one to where it's almost like this point that come across.
Oh, cool.
And then it just kind of starts to bend, and you watch the water swirling, and then it meets with the water that's coming up from that, and it just flies over towards you, and then as it does, you watch the tip of it crystallize and get very, very sharp and pointy, and goes to slam right towards your chest.
Yeah.
This boss fight is wild.
It's a 20 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't add hero dice to my AC, can I?
No.
Damn.
That's lame.
Had to try.
Lame.
What's the point?
You're
I'm not a
right.
hero anymore.
You're
The
right.
hero dice don't even
We
do that
villains.
This is lame.
Yeah.
I want to shoot people.
Yeah.
You already do that.
You're like,
Shoot anyone I want.
You can do that.
Yeah, actually, you're right.
you didn't sign any book.
You just shot somebody you weren't supposed to shoot.
Shit, I gotta hide, boys.
35
We're
points
the
of
ones
piercing
supposed to find
damage.
you.
All right.
The like the shard slams into your chest, like your upper right
Keep it
chest,
going.
Yep.
and as it does, there's this blood that just kind of like splashes outward. But as it's splashing outward, it actually just kind of crystallizes and falls to the ground in these like almost blood-like flakes and shards and chunks that hit the ground. And the shard itself is still just buried in your chest, and the end of it's like slowly melting. It kind of just like snapped and fell off of what was originally pushing the force forward.
Okay.
5 stars instead of a
see, do I need
helicopter.
to
It's
use
fucking Moldrak and his slow
An
canoe.
action to do this. Yes. Okay.
Under your wrist. Freeze.
Stop running.
Am I up or is he doing something
Stop
else?
walking so fast.
You're up.
I'm going to move. I'm going to start running towards Chelonia.
Okay.
My full 40 feet, like diagonally or however I can get closest to him.
40.
And as I'm running, as an action, I'm going to change the effect of Control Water, which still acts in this same cube, to part water inside Connor's cage. So that he's just like dangling by the chains in there.
Okay. Is it... Oh, it's not
It just-
concentration.
It just takes an action. Yeah, it is concentrate. I would have to make a check. You are right.
Is it concentration?
Yeah. Control Water is.
Oh, it's not on mine. That's weird.
Is it,
What
is
did,
it
what
your-
did I take? 35?
like 35.
Okay.
is it actually the water or control water spell, or is it the
I would need 17.
water
This
elementals?
is a spell.
It's not the water
The
elementals?
water elementals cast control water.
Okay.
I was just wondering if it was like an innate thing.
18 Constitution. I did use a hero dice.
18 would be a success.
Yep.
All right, and you're causing it to do what?
Part.
Part water.
Yep.
Okay.
It's gonna part
Where are
the
you
water
parting it?
elemental.
Like just around
Just-
where he is, so he just
yeah.
falls down into it.
Yep.
Okay. As the water kind of separates, you can see that he's getting kind of lowered into it a bit faster,
Okay.
because there's not like
Can
any sort
I-
of resistance from the water.
Can
But
I-
he's still got about 8 feet or so to go to slowly descend down. But you can see that there's no more water around him. Obviously, he's just kind of.
Are
sitting
these tanks made of different glass?
there. It's
or-
like the same material.
Okay.
Yeah. You can tell that the room itself seems to be able to be shaped in any sort of a way that needs to be necessary.
Okay.
Just because those literally came straight out of the wall and formed themselves like that. And then right behind where they came out, another sheet of it just kind of covered it.
All right.
Probably.
It's almost
actually.
like an ice in a way, but it's a lot more smooth and clear.
Okay. All right.
Unless you got a bonus action, that's your turn.
I don't.
Okay.
I'm just gonna. Yeah, that's it for now. Hopefully, it doesn't shoot me with another one of those arrows.
All right. As the water kind of parts, the elemental turns around and focuses on it and draws its hands in to cause it to close.
Another contest.
I need you to make another check. Yeah.
Oh, she's not even testing you. She just doesn't like your friends.
It's a 20.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna use some more hero dice. 16 plus 4. Do I have to get above what she got, or do I have to meet what
Well,
she
she
got?
has to beat you, essentially.
tie is fine?
So tie is in your favor.
Okay, I rolled a 13 on the dice. I rolled a 3 with my hero dice. Plus 4 is 20.
Okay. You can see as she is pushing the water in or trying to, it gets to a point where it actually picks Connor up just a bit. Like he starts to float a little from it coming underneath. Like it's slowly like
Well,
from
that's
the
fine.
bottom,
Push
like
him back
closing
up.
up. But then as you contest it and kind of fight back and pull your hands across, because you can feel it, you know, there's just like this connection that you have to the water as you're focusing on keeping it parted. You can feel it closing in, and you just kind of like whip around and can see that she's trying to close it. And you just take the hammer and the shield, and you're almost doing the same, trying to push in the opposite direction. And then again, when you get past that point of the actual resistance, you go back into this like very flow-like motion.
Okay.
Is there distance on control water, or is it just?
It's the 100-foot cube that I have.
Okay.
The range itself is like 300 feet.
Ah, okay. So you're chilling.
that didn't use her turn. All right.
She's just moving.
Oh. Okay. Well.
You can see as she attempts to do that and fails and sees you running in that direction, just starts to like splash in these waves in your direction.
Awesome. All right. I'm gonna run 40 more feet towards Chelonia.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
He was really taking a lot of side steps.
Yeah, I know.
there.
I realized I was. It was very weird.
He said,
I
he
was,
said
like,
something.
doing this.
He said this. He said,
She's only 5,
"Oh, well, that's as far as you can go."
15, 20, 25, 30,
Slide to the left, slide to the right,
You can
slide
get
to
in
the
front of the
left, slide
cage
to
if
the
you
right.
want to, or to this.
Can I run and like 15 or 20 feet before the cage jump, so that instead of being on the ground next to it, I'm hanging off of the side of it?
Yes,
Okay.
you can do that. That's fine.
All right.
You'd just be like hanging
Yep.
on there. Got it.
I don't know if it. Let's see. I have to use my action to repeat the same effect, so I'm just gonna do that, and that's my.
Okay.
They're just metal
I'm gonna
chains, like normal
I'm gonna
metal
drink another
chains.
potion.
Seems like it. All right.
I need.
Slow the fuck down.
Okay, we'll just do that again. Need a 6.
That's not 6.
It's not. I don't. I can't see it. I don't.
I seen the 6 on the side, so I know it wasn't a 6.
4 plus. I rolled 4 1s for this superior healing potion.
I won.
Alright, so she's
You're
just gonna use her dash and get
Yep.
on top of you.
Okay. 2, 4, 6. 4,
Your turn.
10, 3, 13, plus 8. 13 plus 8, 22?
Healing?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, I rolled 4 1s and 3 2s. I'm gonna try and, just like digging my feet in whatever way I can, just try to yank Chelonia, and like, so that he's dangling against the side of the glass rather than being in the cage.
Okay.
I don't know if you want some sort of athletics or strength or...
Just do a strength check.
Okay. 22.
22. Okay. You reach down with one hand as you're trying to like hold yourself up. You grab a hold of him and then you lean over the side and then just kind of like grab and drop yourself down the side of the cage to where he's now like dangling over it.
Okay.
As you reach and like pull him over, he's still unconscious and like this.
Yeah.
So his body doesn't like fully come over, but the way that he's sitting, he seems like he's at least on there enough to where he's not
actively
gonna just,
drowning?
Yeah, he's not
Okay.
drowning and he's not gonna just like fall right back in immediately.
Okay. All right. That's my turn. That's my turn.
Okay. With that, now that she is right behind you, and
Yep.
you have like pulled him over and like kind of fallen to the ground,
Yep.
she is going to. I'm just going to try to recharge this again. Need a 6. Nope. She is going to take one smack against you, and then another one at Chelonia just to shove him.
Okay.
So the first attack against you. Shit, that probably doesn't hit. 16.
16 does not. Can I, like, in some sort of way, impose myself where I'm in the way, but like she gets like advantage on me, so she doesn't hit Chelonia?
Sure. That works for me.
Okay.
So instead, with the advantage, it's 19.
19 hits.
I just had off by there.
Wait, no, that's not right.
23 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
So instead, on the first one, where she went to go hit you as you were like imposing yourself upward, the second one, instead of going after Chelonia, is gonna slam into you.
Yeah. Okay.
20 to hit,
20 hits.
and then, God, that was awful. So 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
The first hit that slams into your abdomen seems to be something to just try to like knock you out of the way, and then you watch the one going up to hit Chelonia, and you literally just jump up into the air to just take the blow from it, and you get hit, and it slams you up against the kind of glass case that causes you to like poof, slide down the side. But that is her turn, and you are up.
Okay. Can I like fully pull him out of the thing so he's like?
Yeah, if you jump up and just kind of like yank him down.
Yeah, I might take some more hits, but I'm just gonna do that just so that hopefully I won't have to worry about him as much.
Got it.
All right. Do you want another strength check, or can I just do that?
I'd say as an action, if you're doing it, your strength score is well enough to be able to jump up there and just pull him up and over.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna do that. But for one round, the water that was being held at bay around Connor closes.
Got it.
Because I have to use my action to do that.
I'm gonna pull Chelonia over to here. That's all the way down. As you grab and pull Chelonia over, the chain itself just starts to like to where he doesn't like fully just like clunk over the side. You kind of throw him over, and there's this initial like fall, and then he gets kind of caught, and then slowly starts to like descend to where he eventually like hits the ground and is just laying on his side. Still seems to be breathing. You can see him kind of like every now and then, like he's having trouble getting some water out, but he's not like choking, and doesn't seem like he's drowning or dying currently.
All right.
All right.
That's it.
And then after that. Let's see.
Zaxria comes flying in on his predator. It was a nightmare.
Need a 6. Nope. 2 slam attacks going against you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god. 11.
Misses.
13.
Okay, they both miss.
Takes the first swing up towards you, take the shield and just kind of smack it over to the side, and then just barrel into the elemental itself. Just not like trying to knock it over, but just hit it enough to where that swing coming around just arcs wide and misses. Your turn again.
All right. Okay. I don't know if you said I couldn't do this or not. I'm gonna against the elemental. I'm gonna try to use. It says you cause flowing water in an area to move in a direction you choose, even if the water has to flow over obstacles, up walls, or in other unlikely directions. Can I try and force this elemental up into the ceiling?
You don't feel like you have any sort of control over the elemental itself.
Got it. Okay.
And you would have known that prior to trying to do it.
All right. Cool. Okay. All right. That's that, and that's that. I need to figure something out. I'm sorry.
You're good. As well, you were going to the keep, right, before you went to the estate?
Yeah. It was on the way, right? Or
Yes, it's
closer?
on the, yeah. It's definitely before the estate comes up.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
making sure.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Damn it. This will only work. All right. I'm gonna. I don't think I can get there even with 80 feet.
I think with 80 feet, you're like 20 feet shy if you're trying to get all the way over there. Oh, this would have been down more too.
All right. Well, then I may as well just do it in this order. I'm gonna take. I'm gonna use. There's my marker. Third level rock bite enhancement and take 2 attacks.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So, I'm guessing this creature can't be knocked prone. That's fine. 25 to hit for the first one.
That hits.
23 to hit for the second one. And 2d8. 5, 9, 14, 7, 21 points of bludgeoning damage for the first one.
Okay.
And 11. 19 points of bludgeoning damage for the second one. And I'm going to, even if I have to take an attack of opportunity, run 40 feet towards Connor. And as a bonus action, I'm going to uncork another potion and drink it.
All right. The first swing that you take with the rock bite enhancement, as it slams, it hits up against the side of the water elemental, and you're hitting like water, obviously, but it still has some parts where it feels like it's very strong, almost like stone would be. And as you slam against it, the rock kind of breaks off and goes all the way through it. And then as you reach back for your second one and slam it, the rock actually comes back to the enhancement and like slams and meets in the middle. And then you start to run away. She takes a slam attack.
Yep.
15 to hit.
Okay.
Swings up over the top of you, and you just kind of duck underneath it and then start to run over towards Connor.
Yep. 4. God, I need to switch dice. 4, 5, 6, 8, 12, 16, 18, 26. 26 healing.
Okay. Let's see if I recharge this. 6.
Oh, did you just...
Nope.
You just grab his ass and rip him out?
Yeah.
Nice.
Now I'm running away.
Didn't recharge it, so 2 more slam attacks.
All right.
25 and 19.
Both hit.
All right, so for the first one, not bad. 18.
Okay.
And for the second one, 17.
All right.
Oh, nope, 18 again.
Okay.
Okay. As you are trying your best to you're pretty much trying to fend off her while making sure that they don't drown. And at this point, as you look over and can see that the chain has like sank far enough down at this point, and the water has kind of come back in, that Connor's like actively like moving around a lot more at this point, and you can see some bubbles that are starting to form here and there. And then you feel behind you just this quick that's causing you, as you're running forward, to kind of like barrel and catch yourself on one hand. Now it's your turn.
Okay. All right. This is gonna be kind of your call. If I were to cast Water Walk on Connor, he likely would be willing because he's my ally, but he's also not conscious. So I don't know how you would rule that.
You're trying to pop him out of the water with
Yeah.
Do you have to do that, or is it just...
What?
Like, do you have to... for you to pop out of the water?
It just happens. If you target a creature submerged in liquid, the spell carries the target to the surface of the liquid at a rate of 60 feet per round. It says up to 10 willing creatures you can see within range gain this ability for the duration.
As
Okay.
Connor?
I'd say
right
since
now?
he's unconscious, he doesn't really have like a choice in the matter, so it would work.
Okay.
This is unconsensual.
I'm gonna use it on myself as well, just because I can target up to 10. But I can't get Trelawney in that, so I'm gonna have to move again, and I'm gonna take the attacks if I have to.
20, 25. Okay, he's within range. And yeah, you'll take the attack.
Alright.
That is a natural 20.
Yep, that hits. But I'm gonna drink another potion as a bonus action before I get clobbered. gonna switch my d4s because I keep rolling a ton of ones.
So 41 points of bludgeoning damage.
Pain. Alright, I will mark that. I'm down to 60.
The blow that slams you actually smacks the side of like your head and shoulder, and it's not just like getting splashed with water. It kind of hardens up at the end, gets tight, almost like this huge wave is just smacking into you. And as it does, it causes your head to like bob to the side, and you almost feel like you get whiplash in your neck just from how quickly it contorts and moves. But you quickly just power through and run over towards Connor, lift the put the hammer into your side, and then lift your hand over towards him to where you watch underneath his feet the water kind of like swirls and then just juts him upward. He doesn't like fly and take off like crazy, but he at least gets shot up enough to where he lands, his legs kind of hit the side wall of it, and then he kind of dangles off and just kind of falls for quite a bit before he gets caught, and then he bobs against the cage again and then slowly starts to descend. He's at a point right now though where he's hanging up enough to where he's like slowly starting to descend. Like he didn't have enough chain like pulled out to where he was going to be able to just like hit the ground.
Yeah.
His feet are like almost touching. It's just like he got thrown out and then went poof and hit and just kind of like dangled around, but is now slowly outside on the edge of it. Just
sorry, I need to
clanking down the side.
count my healing.
And where he falls out, where the chain is, like at the top, it actually gets kinked to where he's not like moving at all anymore. He's just kind of like stuck, dangling with the chain against the side of the cage.
15 plus 12, 27, 28, 8, 36 points of healing.
Okay.
Which brings me from 60, 96.
Try to recharge this.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
Just close enough here. 2 more attacks come at you.
Yep.
10 and 12.
Okay. Those miss.
You send Connor out of the water and then turn around as you can hear behind you this like... You duck underneath that one, and then the second one that's coming from the left, you slam the shield up and it does the same thing and just disperses over to the side. It's your turn.
Yeah. Turn around to face the creature, and I'm going to take 3 attacks.
Alright. You just start charging up towards the elemental now that you've saved both of your friends.
$25.
Hits.
Natural 19, so 33. Another natural 19, so 33 again.
Go ahead and do some damage.
Use this one, and this one. 13 plus 16. 13 plus 16. 29?
Yep.
Okay, 29 points of damage for the first one. Okay. 9, 8, 17. 19 points of damage for the second one.
Alright.
Okay, better. 7 plus... And 22 points of damage for the third one.
Okay. And with that, you take the 3 swings. The first one you jump up and slam and actually split down the middle to where the first swing of the hammer you can actually see a part of that frozen area where Jessely's sitting inside. And then with that, as you're swinging it down, you just very quickly wrap back around and slam it into that part. It cracks a little bit, and then you swing and bury your fist through the water that's on the outside before reaching that orb area in the center. And then you slam that, and it kind of cracks and breaks. The water dissipates and falls to the ground. You can see Jessely now is just slowly floating down from the center of it in the middle of the room here. As she slowly descends down, you can see that she has not even a drip of sweat from her brow. She very delicately and gracefully touches her feet to the ground from being descended by water. The water that was sitting there, kind of just stagnant in a puddle on the surface, slowly sinks into the floor. Well done, Muldrak. Your control over the elements and ability to adapt have proven pivotal in your success in the trial of water.
Thank you.
It is evident that you have trained with much tenacity. And for that, I believe you are ready. I've told you previously of the elemental masters that safeguard the portals to the elemental worlds. That is not all that we safeguard. You have earned and been granted pieces of elemental power in your trials. Each of these is a fragment of the prime element, a fragment of Primarius Elementus himself.
I need to write this.
And I will now help you harness all of that into this amulet. She pulls from her side pocket of her robe a bulky amulet. It bears no chain or necklace. It is a mundane circular amulet, but it does have a cross placed in the middle of it, kind of like a groove to create 4 different sections. Each section has a small mold of where a shape sits in the center. You can see one, a puddle. Another is a single drawn flame, almost like that of a candle. The third is a mountain, just a single peak. And the fourth is 3 stacks of swirls, kind of getting larger from top to bottom. So it's just kind of like... with this, you'll be able to harness the power of any mastered element to better suit yourself in what you may face. Now again, that you have mastered both earth, fire, and water, I do believe you are ready to at least begin this process. She reaches the amulet out towards you for you to take.
I give a bow and then I just...
Now, which are you the most comfortable with?
Probably a mixture of fire and water. I don't know if there's one or the other that I'm more comfortable with.
Well, since you are here and I am a master of water,
Do fire.
Frank.
we'll start with that.
Okay.
As she hands you the amulet, you can see, like I said, it's very, very basic and mundane. There's really nothing to it. Just appears to be made out of like a bronze in a way. It has no sort of designs other than those 4 symbols, and then the channels that are kind of grooved to cause the 4 separate sections on it. The one of water, where there's just kind of that puddle. Alright then, let's focus on water first. As she hands you the amulet, she presses down the water piece, and it pushes in freely. When you imbue each element into this amulet, you must manifest the true essence of that element and channel it into the amulet. It can be difficult and quite dangerous. As long as you have mastered the element, though, you should be able to harness it into the amulet.
Okay.
Based on what I've seen here today, I do believe in your abilities in water.
Should I try now or like when I've rested?
Now is good.
Okay.
Should I use the bathroom first? Quick peep.
Alright, using... I just close my eyes and focus on water, and the... might be a little thematic effect because technically I don't have the range for it, but the water from both of the cages swirls up into like 2 massive funnels and swirls down towards the amulet as I...
In the center of the room now, near where that fountain is as well, all 3 of them kind of start to spiral up and form together and swirl downward. And you watch and feel, instead of it going just down into the amulet, the water actually passes over you and down your hands, like up your arms, over the entire amulet itself, and then into that pocket of the water, that puddle spot in that section. The amulet itself glows with this deep blue color and then pulsates very quickly. And then you feel it in your hands just kind of tremor upwards and fill your body with the energy. You can feel that your control over it is much more focused instead of it just being this raw energy that you pull from all over the place. It's more of like a sort of like channeling beacon for all of that.
Okay. It feels different.
It will. Especially when you add in more elements to it. And I'd explain to you how to use it, but you'll understand once you've put the other elements in, focused with it more.
Okay. Thank you. I feel like this will be of great use in battles to come.
Yes, there have been talks circulating.
Yes, I have a lot of information about it if you would like to know.
I have my mission here.
Of course.
Everything else is secondary.
Indeed. Just gonna like kind of loop it to my belt for now because I don't really have like a chain for it or anything.
It doesn't actually have anything you can like.
Oh.
You'd have to like tie around it to do it.
Oh.
It has. It's just like it doesn't have any sort of like loop or anything on it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Can I like? I'll figure it out later. I'm just gonna hold it for now.
Whenever you're ready to do the other elements, if you're tired or rested, whichever time is good, you just need to spend at least a few moments with it in order to properly do it. As I said, it can be dangerous, but
All right. Well,
if you're more confident in any of your other abilities with other elements, and you're able to do that quite easily, so I'm sure you'll have no trouble.
all right. I will do my best to not abuse this power.
All of us teaching you is our belief in you that you will not. It'll be all used for the right purposes.
Thank you for teaching me. Look around for a while and then go to leave.
Connor and Chelonia.
Oh, right.
Just on the go.
Yeah, I forgot about them, I'm going to be honest.
Slowly begin to come to.
I'll go over and sit them up and like
Yeah.
any water
Pull
they
on.
might have.
Right, yeah. They both seem a little groggy and kind of out of it for the most part, but they are awake, and you're able to get back to the ship.
Okay.
You can see, gathered around with some sea elves, Leanne. In the distance, you can see that she's kind of leaned over, drinking from a cup, and talking amongst all of them before she sees you kind of step out. You ready then?
Yes, I believe we're ready to go.
All right. See you lads later. And they all just kind of like give her a nod, and then she heads over back to the skiff for you to return to Southbrook.
I give everyone like a deep bow and just and then I head to the ship.
They all kind of start to do the same and put their hands down. All right. Oh shit. And then after that, we make our way
Let's see.
Yeah.
boop,
Show the fish finder.
to the estate. Ander, you wake up in your bed. You feel very, very well rested. Sandon, I'm assuming, was able to either bunk up with you or
Skip's bed.
yeah, or go into Skip's room, either one. But he had somewhere to sleep for the night. You wake up and do as you wish.
I forgot.
What would you like to do in the morning?
Well, we probably just try to make shit.
Okay.
Whatever he wants to make. Probably just help him.
Candy
Okay.
store.
Once you make your way over to the forge, You can actually hear inside that there is a little bit of commotion, like he's moving around, working in there, possibly. As you step in, you can see that he has on that big board some sort of large piece of draft paper that has plans for the repeater type cannon, but seems to have more of a refined drawing of it, and it doesn't seem to be one that is actually shooting and then revolving to the next thing. It actually seems to be something that has some sort of a hopper attached to the side. It seems pretty close to the one that you guys would have made, but in a larger scale, and also has a little bit more fine mechanics calculated and done out. You walk in, oh, yeah, good you're here.
Oh, okay.
I think I've got it. At least the most basic sort of defense we could throw up. Some sort of weapon like this.
What is the date right now?
The date right now? Fuck, Azrael's got it.
Fuck yeah, dude.
This is 79th year.
It's a test.
78th year.
78th? Oh, shit, we got 2 years?
You're coming towards the end of the 78th.
We only got 1 year? God, spooky shit. There be demons and shit.
I like demons. The demons told me to.
So you got everything here that you need to make it?
I was thinking it's probably better if I had a little bit of a larger space, and maybe wherever they're going to end up, at least be a little closer to there, because we're going to have to either build most of the parts and assemble it there, or build the parts, assemble it there, but before that, it have to be shipped to there. They're going to be quite large, so definitely going to be pretty in-depth. So I don't know how things run around here or what you'd want to do, but once I get somewhere I can start working, I can get a couple of hands on deck and really get to use.
Well, if you need a bigger forge, I don't know. The dwarves definitely have a bigger forge. I don't know if we can use it though. Probably. How much bigger of a forge do you need?
Nothing too crazy. I'm just worried if I make anything in here, I'm not going to be able to get it out.
That's a good point. Yeah, the gang at 2 places probably wouldn't be too bad. I think we can figure that out.
I mean, for now, though, I'm going to hang out around here until Azrael at least gets back, and I can help him with a couple of things.
He probably knows maybe a couple more forges anyway, so maybe we don't have to go to the dwarves. Nothing against the dwarves, I just don't want to go there. Kind of cold.
So, do you still have the pistols? Is that what you're using?
Oh, I forgot that I didn't even show you yet. I do still have one of the pistols. I gave another one, that's a long story, to some guy who's trying to remake it.
Okay.
In Southbrook. But when I was at the keep, I didn't really like them anymore. Like using them just felt weird. I was trying to figure out what I was gonna use. I tried using a bow. Pretty good with a bow. I had 2-bone horn, but then I met this guy. His name's Roman. I haven't seen him for a while. Been looking for him, but I haven't come across him. But he taught me how to use cards to throw cards now as a weapon. It's probably easier if I show you.
Sure.
Tell you.
Okay.
Probably shouldn't do it in here. I don't want to break anything. But do we have a training ground or anything here? We have a training ground. If you want to follow me to that.
It's in the basement.
Is it in the basement or was it outside?
We put a training ground in the basement.
The basement's your war room. That's my bed. In the vault. Yeah.
So
it's
like a sanded area, like sandbags.
Yeah, in the back.
Dummies and stuff.
Yeah. All right, sure. We'll go do that.
Come follow me.
Okay.
These are it's really cool, I think.
You make your way outside, and you can see that there's 3 or 4 hay targets, some sandbags and stuff that are set up, a sand pit, So whatever you want to do.
You fucking lit. The shotgun cards. They hit and then shoot a shotgun. I'll just throw it normally first.
Mhm.
Don't want to flex on him, too early. Just an old card.
Yeah, I'd say with the first one easily. Yeah, go ahead and make an attack.
Oh,
You
they're
get
all over
advantage
here.
'cause the target's not moving.
Just a normal attack.
I get advantage because it's fucking cold. 31.
31. Pull the first card and kind of just do like a quick flourish with it before sending it down the way at the target. It comes out of your hand this way and then flattens out before slamming into the target. It kind of goes in deep enough to where you can only see a bit of blue energy come out of the wound that it's caused. Wow. I mean, that's impressive enough outside of being able to actually hurt somebody with it. Yeah, I mean, you're like a good 40 feet away when you throw it, and you don't even look like you're trying too hard. You just...
He's still looking at Sandon, isn't
What do I... Can I just find like a bottle in the house?
he? I'm gonna truck it out.
You actually see like 2 or 3 that are outside, like glass, like wine bottles and like fifths of liquor that were out there from when the soldiers were here.
Alright, let me show you the part that I think is really cool.
All right.
Alright, I'll start putting the bottles just on like different hay bales. And then like as I'm walking back, I'll like turn and keep talking to him as I'm walking towards him. And I can also like just like throw them backwards and just throw all 3 of them at the 3 bottles.
Okay. Go ahead and make 3 attacks.
Oh. Is that the healing one? That'd be really awkward.
I mean, just do like a cool trick,
No, I guess I could just like hit him with it.
but you could still throw it backwards and then it just curves around you and hits him.
This is true. Yeah, it's the healing one.
Okay.
So one of them will hit him, and then I'll hit 2 bottles. He's gonna think I'm attacking him, and he starts shooting me. One to the first bottle.
Like
Okay.
an auto homing laser can.
Oh, it's only an 18.
It hits.
Move your dummy.
That was a 16.
Okay. They still both hit.
That was the lowest I could roll without being a natural one.
You take the card, the first one that you pull out, you can see that Sandon has a pretty good nick on his forehead still. Seems to just not like be fully healed or anything. So you take the first card and throw it up
It's the
like
third card,
towards...
right?
It's the third card. Okay, so the first 2 you flip back and they go and kind of do this cross pattern and hit the opposite bottles on both sides. So like this one gets hit, yeah, you just kind of... and they slam into it. You can hear this like shattering of glass almost at the same time. It's kind of like a... And then the third one that you take, you just kind of like throw towards him, and he like and like throws his hands up, and then it just kind of like disperses over his face, and you watch the energy clear the wound up a little bit. And he's like, "Oh shit!
Also, yeah. Also, some of the cards are also like magical and do different things.
Oh wow!
This is the last
So
thing.
they're magical
yeah.
cards.
Yeah. This is the last thing I wanted to show you. I haven't done this one since I learned how to use the cards, but I think I can still do it. I will try and throw a card so it lands under the bottle and stops there.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d20.
Uh, 30.
30. All right. You take the card and throw it, and you watch it actually go past the bottle and then slowly like sink its way back before it slides right underneath it. And he's like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, I haven't done that one in a while. It was also from like 10 feet away the last time. I'm surprised it worked so well.
Wow, man. How long did it take you to learn all of that?
I think it was only like a year or 2, or like 6 months, something like that,
Wow.
to actually like really get it down.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You really have been
No.
doing some great stuff.
Yeah.
Is there anything with those that you've been trying to do that you're not able to or anything?
There was a point where I was trying to put like metal around them, but I couldn't figure out how to do it because they're just like paper, like cloth.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't want to do that anyways. It'd probably mess up your whole trajectory, and you probably have a feel for how hard you have to throw them every time and anything anyhow, so.
It's actually more like a, I don't know, not a, like a feeling thing. Like, in my head, it just goes where I want it to, if that makes sense. The cards are magical. It's like a, less of like, how I throw them, I guess. I don't know how to explain it.
I mean, there's got to be some modicum of skill to it.
I'm not sure at this point. It was hard to learn.
Yeah.
I just don't exactly remember how they work.
Right, because, like, here, let me see one.
Here you go.
Yeah. So I want it to hit the bottle, right?
Yeah, really think about it.
Throws it and it just fucking dies on the ground.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
You're probably not wrong. Then.
I mean, I don't fully understand magic, but you can at least tell that you know what you're doing.
I guess that is fair.
I mean, but if there's anything ever that you think of that you're trying to do with them that you haven't been able to, maybe I can help and figure something out.
Figure something out, I'll tell you.
Sounds good. I'm gonna go in though and eat something and
Yeah, I'm hungry
hopefully come up with some more stuff.
How far away is the Lyceum from the house?
About a week.
How long have we been at the house now?
About 2 days since you've left Arkanoria.
So like 3, 4? Oh.
Since you left Arkanoria, it's been like 2 or 3 days. So for you, it's the, 19th then? Because you said it's the 17th for you when you left. Yeah, correct. Okay. And speaking of which...
So what time is it for them?
Well, the 20th when we got to Lendrum.
Yeah.
Like end of the 20th, and then 3 days to get back.
And then Neris, what time is it for Neris?
Irrelevant. Gone.
What time zone? Yeah.
Time zone's the same all
You're in
around.
Apex time right now?
Apex is in the same time zone.
Correct.
What time zone's Lean?
Yeah, same time zone as Shadow.
Fuck.
Not on.
I'm leaving, man. Fuck this.
You're just getting roasted.
Just gotta be better at D&D, I guess.
Yeah, you kind of suck. I'm not gonna lie to you.
All right, Azrael.
Oh, okay.
You're my friend. There he is.
Oh, now you're good at
Shop
it.
for a
Now
while.
you're good at
Howdy.
it.
How's it going?
Hey.
I was here the whole time.
Yeah. You have left the Lyceum, or at least the mountains to the northern part of the Lyceum, to head to the keep. The keep is, by the steed that you have, you can get there in probably about 5 days instead of a week. So you can cut 2 days off your travel, especially because the horse itself doesn't need to like eat, sleep, or drink. It can just fly. Yeah. You're able to rest on the back at some points too, but you have found that you feel a lot easier resting when it's on the ground riding instead of flying. But your travels over the next few days are okay. The times you probably have to stop a good 3 or 4 times and rest, actually like camping and sitting. So
8 and 11.
okay, the 8's a fail, 11's a success.
Nice. 6.
That's a fail.
Sure, this one mattered? It does. I got 3 and 3. 14.
That's a success.
Nice.
Lucky.
He's not gonna die yet.
A 4.
That was a rough week, man. You had to re-roll one of those too.
Yeah. I get movement speed increase.
Nice. Do you have food?
I did. Bought rations on the way out.
You did. That's right. Do you have like a bedroll? Do you have a bedroll and shit like that?
I do not. I sleep. I'm hardcore.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say you're no stranger to
Yeah,
kind of
fucking
roughing
imagine
it
having
and
no
being
bedroll.
on your own. But this time that you have had by
Better
yourself,
sleep as it is.
you remember so many years of you just doing absolutely nothing but drinking away pretty much every sort of thought and feeling you've ever had for the most part, until you got your next bounty. But now, as you're heading back to the keep, you have this sense of purpose now, and it kind of has been driving you. And even though you've been doing these tasks for Ferrix here and there, you feel that at some point can be handled, but for the most part, now it seems the best route is to do what you're supposed to do, as you have been for all of these years, or else things will get really bad, and you know that, and you don't try to fuck with it at all. Everything has been fine thus far. But you begin to approach the keep on the beginning of that 5th day there. You can see it in the distance with the large statues up in the central part of the keep of all of the original keepers. You can see the large stone walls, all of the ramparts, the garrisons that are on the kind of the sides, the barracks, and then the jail that has been completely constructed. You can see a little bit of movement over there as you are flying down over towards the keep.
Take my cigar out of the box and stick it up to the
Yeah,
back of the horse's head.
And it lights. Yep.
So cool.
All right. Do you want to fly down into the keep or go to the gate and come in? How do you want to?
Just fucking dive in off of the horse,
I'll go to the keep.
land in the
Okay.
middle.
I'm VIP here.
Yeah. You just descend down. You hear a couple of people.
VIP.
What is that?
here.
What is that? And then you just kind of
Excuse me.
land
Hey,
down.
how's it going?
It's quite all right.
Is Dean around?
I'm sure he's within the keep
Right.
itself.
Thanks. Hey, keep an eye on this, will you?
Certainly.
Going into the keep.
As you make
Make
your,
it disappear.
Like, the stable boy just kind of like, this way. He just kind of like points back over towards the stable and then tries to pull it, but it just stands there. So he just seems to be like out by it, waiting. But you make your way up into the keep. You are greeted by a thin, brownish, curly-haired individual with glasses. As he sees you walk in, I don't believe the two of you have ever met, but as he sees you, he just kind of gives a quick like nod. Hello, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
Good. Can I help you with something?
Yeah, I'm here to see the dean.
Oh, and
Got business with him.
you are
Azrael.
Azrael. I've heard of you. Professor Fletcher.
Oh.
A pleasure. He kind of takes his hand out towards you.
Yeah,
Yeah, we actually just spoke with the dean in the hall there. He's probably just heading up the steps there.
all right. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Thank you very much.
You make your way up the left staircase, and as you do, you can actually hear steps above you, to where if you gave a shout, you'd think that he would probably hear you, unless you wanted to just keep traveling up.
He's a heart attack
Okay.
away. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's what killed him. But you make your way up to the 3rd floor, and you're probably only about 20 paces behind him as he's in the central part of the office area at the 3rd floor here. He's just kind of walking towards his office. He can hear footsteps behind him, but he doesn't think that it's for him or anything, obviously.
Do they like
Try to
make
catch the
jokes
door
about
as he walks
who's
in
gonna
before he
die
closes
first?
it.
Yeah. He kind of just goes to throw it behind him, and then you just put your hand up, and he turns around. Oh,
Howdy.
hello, old friend. How are you?
Yeah. Been better, I guess.
Haven't we all? Please come in. We have some things to discuss.
Oh, we do.
We sure do.
I only had things to discuss. All right.
Well, you first.
No, by all means.
Well, I'm sure whatever I have to tell you is probably not something you want to hear. You seem to be in good spirits, though, so I'm sure what you have is not too dire. A drink? He kind of points over to the...
Please.
Yeah. He starts to pour some sort of a brandy.
Phoenix
I've
Delight.
been out for a while.
Takes a cup and sets it in front of you.
Fucking cracking.
A
All
kraken.
my shit.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So, we got Sandon back.
That's good.
Yep.
Where is he now? Where is actually everyone now?
Well, shit. Ander and Sandon should be at the Minzar, I think. I should be at the house.
Alright.
Waldrak, Connor, and Chelonia. You know Chelonia?
Met him briefly, yes.
Okay. He's, I think he was going to master the water element or something. Yeah.
Alright.
I don't know where the fuck he is, to be honest. On an island somewhere.
Alright. And Neris.
Oh yeah, there's, she decided to take a trip back to the Feywild. She wanted to, like, go home and figure out stuff about her past or something.
Well, hopefully whatever is happening, you guys can handle yourselves then. What was it you needed to tell me, though?
Well, first, go in my bag, pull out the papers.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Corin Clydesdale, might know him.
Yeah, very well-known trader.
Yeah, he's kind of a piece of shit. That's all the information. That's all the illegal shit he's been doing.
Great.
Is that the...
So, do whatever you want with him. We,
Well,
got
the
everything
jail
we
is up
needed
and
out of
running, so I know exactly what we'll be doing with him.
sounds like a great place.
So did I. Billy.
What?
What's the name of the guy that we saved his daughter?
That was, yeah. Edmund. God.
I think
No,
his
that's
daughter's name
daughter's
was
name.
Rose.
Fuck, I can't remember the guy's last name. But it's not the same guy.
Okay.
Oh, Rosaline Edward Duval.
Yep, Edward Duval is the. Yeah. Different people.
Just making sure.
Duval's more in the
I'll
business.
go
He, like,
beat his daughter's ass.
instead of being like a farmer, he's like a medieval version of some sort of a corporation that does like grain. Like he just mass produces a bunch of like grain and wheat. He's responsible
Drug
for like
dealer.
80% of the wheat that goes all throughout Zaxria. Yeah, we'll definitely use this information to bring him in and put the jail cells to use.
So, looking for something that might be inside the keep.
Alright.
Some tablet. Stone tablet of sorts.
There are several things that you could be referring to if you had more details.
He doesn't want to tell you. Kill the dude.
Believe it has something to do with Andresser.
A dresser?
Yes, there is a tablet here that we took from him after that siege at Tanaveth. Rhinask brought it here himself to be locked and sealed away, never to see light again.
Wow, the fuck, I haven't known about it.
At that time, Azrael, you were more of a gun for hire to, well, the cause, I would say. No disrespect to you, you were pivotal in what happened, but there's some things that need to be kept secret, locked up.
Well, I think now the way the world's going, it's time to look into those secrets. Because they ain't gonna be around much longer.
What do you need of it?
I need to see what's on it.
Well, today's probably not the best day. We'll, next time you're around or something, or in the next coming days, come by and we'll see if we can arrange something. But for the time being, need to think on it.
Alright, well, don't think too long, because we only got about a year left.
Well aware, and so are many of the citizens of Zaxria. Words and rumors have spread very quickly all throughout. Things that we've been trying to keep at bay and keep safe. Or at least trying to control the panic, but it's not working. A lot of word in Rumenheim, Brunswick, Bamor itself is no longer even a city. It's just a abandoned wasteland where people travel through here and there, and we've been trying to send patrols there, but we're spread thin right now with everything we've been trying to do. Everyone's talking of the new eradication or the second wave. Hell, even some people are calling it the culling. We've had to dispatch soldiers to several towns, even small villages in the North Mountains here in Brimshire of the Dwarven tribes. People passing through, spreading rumors, violence breaking out. Nothing too major. No deaths or anything yet, at least that I know of. You can definitely feel something's brewing.
Do you need to still quell any of this hysteria?
I believe that would be probably best if the keepers were to go to these places and put some of these people at peace. I wouldn't say lie to them, but at least let them know that I don't even know at this point. It's obvious that things are not going to be peaceful forever.
Absolutely not.
We've had 78 good years of it going on to the 79th, and although things have occurred, nothing near the level of the eradication. I honestly never thought I'd live to see another one, but
I was hoping I wouldn't. Well, here we are.
But at least I'm letting you know what's going on, at least, since you've been doing whatever it is that you have been doing. Zaxria has been slowly coming unraveled. I haven't heard anything from Venore, but I'm sure that news has spread there, and their hysteria is growing as well.
Well, I'm sure the armies, the Hells are moving forward as we've been dispatching some of their bases, I guess, their portals and their lieutenants, so.
Good. At least we have something that we've been doing.
It's probably pissing them off more than anything.
I'm sure at some point here, soon, we'll have some sort of a plan of attack, unless you guys have one at this current moment.
Not specifically, no. We're all just trying to, learn what we can and become as strong as we can in the short time we have. That's why we're all split up now, because if we all go together, we're never going to get everyone's shit together.
I understand. How long do you think until everyone is back together?
Hopefully not more than a couple weeks.
Alright. Good. I'd say once everyone's gathered again, just return here and we'll go from there. I have to go speak with Harker and a couple of other people to figure some things out.
Well, that's pretty much all the news, whatever you want to share.
For the time being, yes.
All right.
No, not yet.
It's been 5 days since I won them.
Yeah, it wouldn't be here when he was here. It would have been just sent over.
Oh, I pay for Zaxria upon.
It wouldn't be here when he was here. It would have been already brought back over to the state.
Oh, so
Oh,
I would have got
they
it.
brought it. Okay.
All right. Well, I guess that's all the business I have with you for today.
All right.
It's a pleasure as always.
It seems that our last meetings were always good news and things are going good. Things are smooth, but I fear that was the last of that.
Oh yeah, there's no more good news.
Never.
There won't be.
Ever again.
Hopefully the next piece of good news will be we won whatever war is coming.
I sure hope so. I'm confident that with the keepers and you and the way everything has been going, we're heading in the right direction at least. We may not be fully prepared, but we'll at least be ready to some degree.
maybe I'll see you in the field at Teneveth again. Hope that day doesn't come, but try winning if it does. I'll drink to that.
I as well. He just slams the brandy back. All right.
All right. Take care of yourself.
You as well. Give everyone else my best and hope to see you guys here soon.
Will do. Get up and walk out.
All right. You make your way out and back to the estate, I'm assuming?
I'm gonna walk around in the keep with the demon sight on before I leave.
Okay. The demon sight allows you to...
See demons.
See past illusions, demons that can be using to hide themselves. Searching for clues that may be demonic in nature.
I'm glad he doesn't use that shit with me.
Now he's gonna use it with you, idiot.
Fuck.
Stupid. Ruin that.
That's metagame.
If you see a demon there, I'm taking him out.
I've been waiting for this one day.
Only you.
With the demon sight, there is nothing like that you're able to see within the keep that causes any red flags or draws your attention to.
Alright. I'll make my way back to the estate then.
All right. Yeah. It's about a day's worth of travel, like a good 9 hours or so. So you'd probably arrive there towards the end of the night. Most everyone would probably be sleeping. Once you get back to the estate, you're able to get into the house or whatever.
I locked all the doors.
You can hear clanking. Excuse me. Whew. Clanking, going from inside the workshop. So you'd imagine somebody's in there working on
Oh,
stuff.
fuck, not again.
He's walking in fucking.
Wow, big
Oh
bird.
shit! It was Sandy. How am I
My
gonna
bad.
explain this one?
Are you going over to the... Okay, I didn't know if you were just going to go to sleep. But you make your way over into the workshop. You can hear clanking and this kind of like cranking. Yeah. But once you make your way inside, you can see that there is... you just kind of... yeah?
Nope. Late.
Am I in there? Or no?
Oh, Azrael. If you wanted to be like up hanging out with him, because he's just kind of like going into the night. I would imagine you would be.
It's a party in here.
Yeah. Making cool shit in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what are you working on?
Trying to figure out the best way to build the base for the repeating cannons. Not really a great woodworker, but just trying to do like a...
Well, where's the boy at? Skip? Yeah.
But we've at least got it based out enough to where we can have an idea of how big this is going to be, and I think we should probably do this in a couple of different parts, at least. But I've got the plans for the cannon up there. He kind of points over to the board, and you can see that it's pretty similar to the one that you guys designed for the ship, except that the hopper to like feed it is on the side and kind of funnels into a slot that's carved into the cannon
It
itself.
doesn't make sense because the base of the plans that we made were Sandin's anyway. All makes sense.
But you can see it's pretty similar. You can definitely tell that it is going to be built and scaled up a lot more. You can see what he is actually creating are these small little like cranks to be able to kind of just like adjust the height of where it sits instead of trying to like maneuver it in this sort of way. It's more of just like two cranks on the side, like one that'll crank it to the side and then the other one that'll lift up and down. But you can see that he's pretty much right now just working on that mechanism and trying to figure out the best way to like quickly create them, and it seems that he's got it down pat pretty well with maybe 5 or 6 gears and then a couple of other moving hinges and parts, and it moves pretty smoothly. You can see Ander has like this thing of oil that he's holding holding in a tankard that he's just like pouring down into some
That's
spots
the best I could do.
that he's like
is the-
asking and
pour.
like helping back and forth. But he's like, for the most part, if you want to give it a whirl, I mean, we've done it in the last week or so, so it's
While he's kind of explaining things, I kind of just zone out and try to look around for the iron supply, see what it looks like.
it's not bad. It doesn't really seem like he's used a lot.
We're fucking professionals. All right.
Like I said, all of the plans, he doesn't build anything until he knows that he's got it down. So
But we didn't.
Yeah, I'll try it.
yeah, give it a go. So you can see where you're sitting. There's like this half moon, like half circle shape where you would just kind of like sit at the back end of the cannon, and then there's just two separate like levers, or not levers, they're more like just cranks, and then they just turn in whichever direction. The one on the left seems to control left to right, and then the one on the right is like up and down. And it's very, very smooth. You can feel like each movement with it, and you kind of feel like your arms are a part of it. It's a little strange to kind of get used to it, but it feels pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty smooth.
Yeah, we just actually started on this yesterday, so I think if I can
Shit.
at least build, a dozen or so of these, that should be enough to get started, So I think I'll probably hang out here for a little while, build up some more of these, and then if we can figure out a way to get those shipped to wherever I'm going to end up, I can get to work on the cannons.
Right on. Yeah.
But I figured while I'm here in the meantime, if you got stuff to work on, we can work on some stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I just got those. I need more ammunition. Need to make some, birth bullets.
Okay.
And I showed you those plans for the smoke bomb and the glass darts
Mm-hmm.
for the injections. So, kind of like to get all those done before we head out again. Bunch of small stuff, hopefully.
All right. Yeah, we can definitely work on that.
I'm
yeah, I went in there.
a little tired though, so
Oh yeah, no problem. We'll probably only be up a little bit longer, and then I'll see you in the morning.
sounds good. I'll go find my good night whiskey and go to bed.
All right.
I just thought popped in my head. You remember when you were talking about you need like a different forge?
Yeah.
Okay, well, like the main place where like we do all of our like planning, I guess, kinda, is like Teneveth. I
Yeah,
don't know
where
if they
we
told you.
teleported
Yeah, where we
to.
teleported to.
Yeah.
I forgot. I walked around there a while ago. They have like, I can't remember which god it is. There's like a whole building, or whole like temple where they just forge stuff. So we could probably go there.
Okay.
And we also are probably that's probably gonna be where our main defense is anyway.
Okay.
So it probably makes sense to go there. It also isn't far, so it shouldn't be hard to bring the stuff that we already have.
Sounds like a plan. All right. Trying to think of what the best way to do all of this is going to be. I'd say if that where you think most of everything's going to happen, we'll at least build up enough to have there for defenses, and then we'll just keep building and shipping it out to other kingdoms to give them something too.
Should probably try to keep that even, like Connor was saying, so then one kingdom doesn't get too strong. Then.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
I think as long as I build something that they can't move around, we should probably
Yes, that
be
is fair.
okay.
Also, probably something that I can't remake.
Make it very hard to recruit.
Yeah.
Well, you can see just based on the way that
Mhm.
the mechanism for moving it around, you can see for him it was very simple. But for anybody else to try to recreate it, even most of the dwarven blacksmiths that you've seen, they create great like weapons and armor and such stuff that Sandon probably wouldn't be able to forge like that. But when it comes to
That's kinda
tinkering like this,
disrespectful, but okay.
when it comes to tinkering like this, they don't stand a chance. So you're not worried really about that, and you feel that he himself has a lot of reservations with that too. So he's not going to build anything that's going to be easily replicable.
Sandon reacted all to me carrying the weapons.
What do you mean?
I have the pit, the revolver, and the scimitar.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I'm not sure if he kind of just like walk in and like stare at me or something.
No, no, he doesn't.
I think as long as you're not like gonna shoot him with it, I think we're good.
Don't say
See this fucking thing, man?
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
Us too.
Does not seem bothered by it.
Well, I guess after you guys get your stuff all figured out, we can really
19.
come up with a plan.
Yeah, I'll spend the next few days here. I mean, maybe until the rest of your people get back, and then we figure stuff out from there, I guess.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
You figure anything out? Anything going on?
Catching me on the way out?
Huh?
You catching me on the way
Are you
out?
leaving? Were you
Yeah.
leaving?
Yeah.
Fuck. Did you already leave? I need to know where you're at, man. You at your room?
I'm not-
You at your room,
I'm
dude?
not-
You going up the stairs?
I'm in the basement, dude.
Fuck, dude.
He's like walking out the door.
I'll leave him then. I'll let him go.
He doesn't slow, so you have to catch him.
You can, why you, I know it's heavy, but you're really just okay. There you go.
Probably call it a night. Huh?
Yeah, that was what I was about to say.
Yeah. I said I was gonna stay in here a little longer, but I'm sure I got plenty of shit that we're gonna be doing the next few days, so
Yeah.
we'll just call it a night here. All right, you guys find rest, and as for you, Moldrak, another 3 days at sea before you arrive back to Southbrook. There, it would now be the 23rd when you guys get back. It's probably about midday or so. I probably should have messaged Connor to see if he wanted to do anything, but if he did,
Flashback.
yeah, he would just be able to go get that done. But for you guys, whatever you want to do from here now, you are able.
I think we would probably head back to Arcanoria. After 6 days, let's hope she made some more potions. Yeah, so we're gonna head back to Arcanoria. I'm just gonna quickly run to Potions Galore, see if they got any more potions available.
Got it.
And then I'm gonna check to see. Was it the skyship captain who said he could take me to like the area where like the rift is supposed to
yeah,
be?
he said that he could, as well as a couple of windrunners who are just kind of like people that
They have, like, smaller ships?
they have like no, they're more of like smaller. You guys, I think Ander might have seen one. It almost looks like a magically propelled motorcycle that goes through the sky.
That's fucking sick.
It's like built kind of like a Harley would be, but instead of like wheels, it has like these big crystals where the wheel would be.
After one of those.
Yeah, they have like a few of those that they were going around to where if someone were to just kind of like you were to buy one or rent one or whatever it may be, or somebody drive you over to it, that you'd be able to use that probably a lot easier than it would be to take a whole skyship over to there.
Okay.
Because he told you that the way to get there, it's not crazy difficult. It's just kind of like, floating out in the middle of the sky.
They have like a Windrunner dealership.
They do not have a Windrunner dealership, but
There's windrunners all around.
you just see people walking around with like WR jackets.
I got my WR merch. I'm gonna go search around. I don't know if Connor would know where to find these Windrunners.
No, he's not
No?
too informed on that.
Okay. I'm just gonna go to the docks and see if I can find anyone there.
Okay. Roll a d20 for me.
Okay.
Nothing added to it, just roll a d20.
4.
4.
I find 4 Windrunners.
Yeah, so at this point, looking around,
Yep.
the dock itself is bare again. There doesn't appear to be anybody there.
You seemed like you were going to say something
Sorry, I didn't mean
Nope.
to seem like I was saying
You're just
something
fine.
else.
Is what he's trying to
But
say.
yeah, there's nothing there.
Was I able to procure any more potions?
Yes, you actually were. When you go into Gita's shop, you can see that she is actually preparing a couple of things on that like back desk where she was before.
Bro, can we just like?
Hello.
Hey, there you are.
I know I'm back kind of soon.
Yeah, has it even been a week yet?
5 or 6 days. But I'm just stopping through, so I figured I'd run in. You don't have any more potions made, do you?
I've got a few graters. I usually let the superior sit a little bit longer so everything doesn't go wrong and coagulate or something of the sort.
Can I just like put those at the back of my stock and let them sit?
I mean, if you'd like to, it's your risk.
Okay. How long do they need to sit? I don't.
I mean, I've probably got a good 2 days on them.
Oh, that's fine. I'm not gonna. You know, I'm like, I won't be needing them in the next 2 days.
Alrighty then.
Yeah. How many you got?
I've got half a dozen of superiors and about 20 graters.
How much are graders again?
So the superior,
110.
the superior is 125.
Okay.
Bullshit.
Graters are 75.
She did not boost her prices.
6 plus. I'm sorry.
I
What
will-
did you say? 65?
Goddamn economy.
75 for you guys. 65.
Okay.
I will not take this
Plus-
bullshit.
Fuck. This calculator doesn't have parentheses.
Start taxing me on my potions.
Plus.
Motherfucker.
All right. If I want to just buy all of those, could you do like 1,900 gold? Which
Well, I'd say I would be willing to part with.
it's 2,050 gold for the actual price.
I'd be willing to part with only 15 of my graters.
Okay, that's
Why
fair.
does she even tell you you have 20? That she has 20.
I don't know.
That's so true.
That's fair. I kind of buy out a lot of your stock, so I understand you wanting to save some.
It's normally with the
Brother.
graters. Other people buy those. Not very many people come in for superior healing potions.
Okay.
It's more of the graters.
All right. Well,
Motherfuckers ain't getting hit by
fuck,
crap.
what is the-
It's different.
This ain't the same.
no.
Getting in a bar fight or whatever. You know?
Yeah, and then you're like, greater. Or like, lightning bolt from a fucking kraken.
Is that
Superior.
1725 then? Gold.
That works.
All right. Just start pulling out sacks of gold.
Motherfuckers, I could buy
She have one of those
potions
like
'cause
gold
you're
counter
getting bullied and
things.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We'd be bullying people.
I'll just like
That, I don't know why we need
pour
to
some
push
in
it
until
through that,
it's the right amount.
shit. So they don't have them. For the bullies. Make sure you get a punch on your card when you leave.
Yeah, I feel like I've earned like 30 free
She,
potions
yeah,
at this
she
point.
really should just be giving us potions at this point. We funded her shop and her next one.
And her
I
vacations.
think we're definitely owning stake in her company.
I own at least 60%.
If you don't have stocks in Gita's potions galore,
Yeah. Who are you? You're going to the moon.
Yeah.
We're single-handedly increasing the value.
I'm just saying. Check
Bezos, who?
I'm just saying. Check a month.
Gita.
Elon Musk. There might be Elon Musk
Gang.
fucking potions. That tweet's coming out.
if you'd be interested,
Yep.
as she's like grabbing potions and setting them down,
Minis. Figure
your wilt root potion that you had brought me,
Yep.
the herb itself, inspired me to dabble with some more alchemical combinations to come up with a few things that I think may interest you and yours. I have a few potions.
Yep.
I do believe
Interested.
I wouldn't really call them potions. I'd say they're more of an elixir.
Elixir. What's For us non-alchemically minded folk, what's the difference?
Most of the time, a potion is a quick temporary effect. An elixir will be something that'll give you more of a long-lasting effect.
Got it. So like,
Something a bit more permanent, if you would.
oh,
5 minutes or
Bigger beard.
what do they do?
Beard's kind of stopped.
Or do you know what they do? Have you like?
I've made about 5 of different kinds. Well, 2 of one, and the others are a bit different.
Okay,
But the ones I'm at least willing to sell, and I'm pretty confident will work.
lay it on me.
She grabs 2 and sets them up. They are in these kind of hexagonal, cubed-looking vials or elixirs, if you would, that she sets down. It has a long flute at the top with a pretty thick cork in it that's about yay big. She puts 2 of them, and she's kind of like holding them and sets them down. These here are elixirs of health.
Oh.
Essentially, drinking this will grant whoever it is a bit more hardiness, if you would. So essentially, you just gain a max to your HP.
useless.
Useless. You guys like actively die last night.
I didn't die.
Remember that bullet hole
I
thing?
I did
I
not
die.
I did not die.
I didn't go down.
All right.
I killed the final boss and not died. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah.
But I wasn't down.
What and you don't know what the other ones do yet?
Well, I at least have ideas as to what I want them to do,
Okay.
but these are the only ones I'd be willing to part with for the time being.
Fair. Yeah. How much do you want for these 2?
Well, I'm very confident in what they will do. The ingredients were quite expensive.
I trust you.
Took a bit of time as well. 1,500 a pop.
I'll take one.
All right.
If we like it, we'll maybe come back for the other one.
Very well. She takes the elixir and hands it over towards you.
All right.
Now, I must warn you, before we complete the transaction here, the potions have different efficiencies, if you would.
Yep.
They aren't all going to work exactly the same every time. The effect will be the same, but the efficiency of the effect will vary.
I don't understand.
So, it will work better for others, maybe not so much for some.
So like after I drink this, taking potions will be weird.
No,
Oh,
more the fact that
guess I don't know.
how strong it is. So essentially, you could take it, one other person could take it, and
Oh.
maybe it works a little bit better on one other person.
Got it. So, you can split it up, but it's going to lessen the effect.
You have to drink the whole thing.
I'm confused.
Essentially,
What are you saying?
you can get
Speak to me normally.
one person, like, you're gonna have to roll
Okay.
dice to see how much health
Got
points you get.
it. Okay. All right.
Another 5 minutes of discussion between the two of you
Yeah,
gets
yeah.
to a point where you're like, yes, I
Basic
understand.
understanding of alchemy by this point. All right.
I felt like I explained it pretty good, but
I was just. All right. Yeah, sure. Still fine. We'll take it.
Alright. And as for the other ones, when you come back, hopefully I've got it figured out at some point. The gold starts to just go through the counter with the abacus on the side.
All right. Well, you're our favorite potion seller, so.
You're my favorite customers, and I actually get quite a few, so.
That seemed like that was weird. I got
Alright,
a couple. I got quite a few. Wise.
I haven't been there in a while. I'm gonna go over to Oddities and Perplexities.
Okay,
I'm just doing like a quick loop of shops real quick.
gotcha.
Looking around. I'm gonna go in there looking for any more cool stuff or.
When you go over to Xanon's,
Yeah.
you can see that the door actually has a sign on the front of it
Oh no.
that says closed for vacation.
Oh.
Where are you going? This is not the time for vacation, motherfucker.
Or is it?
It's a great
But
time
no,
for
it seems that it's closed.
Yeah.
You can see that it looks like
Break
it's
it.
Listen inside, see if there's any.
Make a perception check.
Okay, cool. 9 plus 15, 24.
24. You can hear movement on the inside.
Well, kick the fucking door.
You look long enough, and you can actually see Xanon walking around in there.
I'm gonna like obviously stand there and wait for him to like lock eyes
Yeah,
with
you
me.
can see that he's like shuffling around a bit.
Okay.
He seems to have a couple of bags that he's grabbing some stuff off
Oh,
shelves
it's
and
not
putting
the
into
car.
a
Oh.
bag, and then like gets over towards the door.
Oh, cool.
Still has not noticed you there, and
Oh,
is like
cool.
grabbing stuff and like putting it in bags, and then opens the door.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it,
I'll
like,
wait until he
like,
walks into
yeah,
me.
opens it, pulls it back, and then oh boy,
Hello.
hi.
I see that.
You need something?
Well, I was gonna come have a look around the store, but I see that you're going on vacation.
Business trip more than anything.
Okay.
Just running out of rarities and perplexities.
Oh, well, maybe I'll come back then, and you know, when you've got more rarities and perplexities.
Gonna do a bit of traveling and see if I can't find anything.
Good luck.
Thank you. Um,
Right.
right.
See ya.
Okay. Just.
Yep.
He like steps down the side of the steps.
All right. I like look around. And
Goes over to the marble gateway.
I follow him.
As you are, he like goes to turn around
We're
and
walking,
then
we're
run.
walking the same way.
Okay.
Sorry.
He runs into you. Oh, I didn't close the door. Turns around and starts walking back. Closes it and locks it. And then he's not too far behind you, but you guys make your way over to the gateway.
Before I do, I'm just gonna. Can we? Oh, I guess he wouldn't know. I'm just gonna like run over to the hall and see if I can find like a schedule of like skyship things or any like person in there who might be able to tell me. I don't know if there's other people other than
The only person that you see in here that are only two people, you see Fenervia and Asim. They seem to be up towards where the sect chambers are. They're just kind of on the steps there, talking amongst each other. There's a couple of like students that are kind of roaming around a bit.
I'm gonna bug the students.
Okay.
Never bug the students.
You walk over to one that you can see is kind of has his back down.
I'm just gonna
As you walk over,
like trying to be like quiet and not like whoa.
yeah,
I'm just gonna be like,
just kind of turns around and you see it's the same person that you had yelled at to go like tell Connor that you were leaving in however many days. It is Carl.
Roman right now.
Carl. Hi.
who do I get in touch with about writing one of those Windrunner things?
Oh yeah. I
They
don't
just
know.
everything always just seems to be gone.
Yeah, it's very
Is
weird.
there a schedule?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Why is this place not more together?
Yeah. Hey.
It just seems like it wouldn't be that hard to have a schedule.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure somebody knows something or another.
Thanks, man.
Maybe Asim or Fenervia. They might, but
You know?
I don't know.
What do you even do here, Carl?
Go to school.
You go to school here?
It's toxic.
What are you learning, Carl? What are you learning in school?
Currently, it's a lot of abjuration versus evocation, and their opposites and alikes.
Okay. I don't say anything else. I just walk away from it.
He just looks back down in his book.
I'll go over. I don't think I've really spoken to either of them, but I'll go over to Asim. Like I don't know if there's like something barring my way, or if they're just like.
They're just standing at the top steps that lead up. 'cause
Are
there's,
they like
steps.
talking to each other? I'll wait until they're done.
Okay. There's like steps that lead into a doorway that goes into the sect. You can see the two of them talking, and then at some point Asim just kind of like looks over and sees you. Moldorak, yes.
That is correct.
We've heard many things of you. Then you see next to you standing another Asim.
That's a little bit weird to get used to.
The one that's next to you kind of reaches its hand forward, shakes, and then fizzles out into nothing.
Oh, well.
He kind of takes a
Yeah.
strange side bow and puts his hand to the...
Is it germaphobe?
Germaphobe. Nice to meet you. Is there anybody I can contact about possibly using one of those Windrunner devices? It doesn't seem like there's like a centralized location of information here.
For the most part, the Windrunners come and go as they please. They do a lot of work for us in regards to gathering things that are quite rare to come by, if you would.
Mm-hmm.
As for the skyship, though, the captain keeps a log with the reprieve. So the skyship, we know when that goes and leaves.
Okay.
On its return, though, it is always varied just based upon what it is being sent out for. But most of the time, the windrunners, how you say, they do as they wish.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate the information.
You see Fenaria standing there with her hand up towards her lip. Where are you from? You're not from Azash, are you?
No, I
Personal
don't.
question.
To tell you the truth, I don't know if the place where I'm from really has a name. It's just an island to the far northeast of Zaxria, of Ophelia. Sorry. I
Interesting.
don't know what it is called.
I've never seen a Bengaran of your ilk.
There are still a few of us about. If you know where to look.
Do not mean to pry, just curious is all.
It's a place rife with frost giants. I would not recommend going there.
No, I want to go there.
We've had a few run-ins here and there with some
Never mind.
sky giants, but or cloud giants, whichever you prefer.
Interesting.
Did she just say cloud giants?
Well, I don't want to take up any more of your time. I'm gonna go.
What's a pleasure?
Give like a small bow and then I leave.
They resume their conversation.
I'm gonna go to last thing before I leave. I'm gonna go to the Wizard's Reprieve and ask if I can, ask when the ship captain is returning. Just gonna. I don't remember the barkeep's name, but I'm just gonna go ask them.
Barkeeps don't have names. Just saying.
When you go to a bar, you're getting roasted.
That's what the...
Jordy.
Jordy.
Yeah, just call him Barkeep. That's a rough name.
Yeah, I'll head in. Excuse me, Jordy.
Yes, sir.
I was just speaking with the wizard Asim, and he said that the skyship captain keeps like a logbook here of when he leaves and returns.
Yes, sir, he does. He actually left, I'd say, 5 days ago or more. I can show you the book.
Sure. I guess, does he leave a time when he's due for return, or?
No, it's more just gets logged when he returns, just to have a span of
Does
time
he-
from when he's left.
Does he have any descriptor of what he's going to do?
I think he's just going out for more lightning.
Okay.
Normally those trips don't take him any longer than 4 days.
You can't by chance send me like a message when he returns if I'm not in the reprieve, can you?
If you're on Zaxria, I'm sure I can figure out a way to do so.
Okay. It would be helpful, and I would appreciate it.
Did you want me to leave a message or anything for...
You can say, Muldrak is looking for you, he may require your services, there is gold involved.
Oh, I'm sure that will catch his attention.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got to pay gold. Is what. This is a suing.
Yeah, that's it.
Very well. Anything else I can get for you?
Nope.
All right.
I tip him 10 gold.
Your generation, I appreciate it. Thank you. We don't get tipped much often. Thank you. Wow, that's quite a bit. You can see that he gets like very, very flustered.
It's okay.
Oh my god, you're
We,
Oh my god.
I don't know why adventuring is so lucrative. We make way too much money. And I just turn around and leave.
All right. You
You're
make your
so
way out
rich.
into.
I'm going to the portal to Teneveth, barring anybody currently adventuring with me wanting to do something else.
Got it.
But I'm going to Teneveth to return to the estate.
All right, and they follow suit and do the same. So now on the 23rd, it will be the night of the 24th when you return, and that is where we will go into for right now. So you guys, over the span of those days, when you would have got back, actually you would be getting back a little later. So this will actually be the 20. What day you got here?
I would have
Bad back.
came in on the night of the 21st.
Right. Okay. Got it. So you would have been back for a good 3 or so days before getting back. So the 24th is today.
Oh my god.
Probably both fails 8 and a 3.
Both fail. Yeah.
Are you gonna die now? Is that
Reroll.
how it works?
5.
That's a fail too.
Good reroll. Nice.
Idiot.
What a
I
waste.
had to reroll.
That shit's crazy.
Over the span of those days, you, Ander, and Sandon all find yourselves in the forge. Every now and then you can hear Czar outside training. You find him also outside. One night there's like this intense storm that comes barreling down, and he's just like kneeled out in the field behind the estate. Just, you'd imagine, praying or doing something of the sort. However, in the actual forge itself, what do you say we take a look at that rifle you got? Not the big one, but the other one, and I'll show you the technique I have for rifling the barrel.
Sure. You need the whole thing?
Just the barrel should do.
Who was that guy? Who was just in the
talking?
forge?
Oh, hey, okay, cool. He's cool.
Imposter!
That's what that was. That was weird. Alright.
Yeah, if I can just see the barrel.
Sure. Pulled out the bag. There you go.
All right. You can see that he has this. It essentially seems like almost. I don't want to say pneumatic. It's some sort of a gear on it, but it is very, very under like pressure and seems very strong. And then there's like these curved, almost like lathe type pieces that are on it, to where when he puts it in and he just kind of like pulls his finger like a trigger, it goes and just like scrapes at the steel on the inside just enough to cause it to put enough of a groove in it, and he just keeps like feeding it down and then like twisting it till it gets to a point where you can actually see inside of it the slight rifling of the barrel itself. Then he kind of hands it over to you. I guarantee you when you
Isn't
take
it just
shots
the
out of
barrel?
that now, it'll be a lot more on, if you will.
Is that what?
I appreciate that.
Do a roll for him. All right, so just to hit for your rifle now, it's at a +2.
Oh shit! Oh my god!
Oh my god, this is just a workshop, man.
Oh, what are you at for a hit there?
Shit, I ain't even fire anymore, dude.
What are you hitting with, dude?
I'm getting the 14ers, dude.
Oh, welcome to the club, brother.
Club!
Welcome to the club, brother.
Welcome to the club.
Here.
Oh, shit, you were that one guy.
Yeah, dude, I'm sick. I know, dude. No, like I'm really sick.
Here's your membership badge. We have a club room that you now have access to.
Actual.
Why look at me like that, dude?
Yeah, you're just like welcome to the club, bro. Yeah, right.
All right.
I think that was special.
Yeah.
We're fine. You're looking at me like that, dude. But it's kind of cute, dude.
Crazy. Yeah.
So if you want to help out a little bit with the bases for the cannons,
Damn, he really did that
that'd
just to
probably
help
help
us.
us.
That's crazy. I didn't
Try
know.
it now.
I didn't
Probably help us move along kind of quicker.
I didn't know who we were saving, but it seems manipulative.
Can you take this guy out, dude?
Sure. Yeah, I can help at least a little bit.
All right. Well, I got the plans up on the board. We can just side by side make some, and
How many are you going for?
a dozen. I've got one.
I'll be right back. I'm going to get a drink.
Yeah. You grab me a water?
And he's weird. I don't know.
I'm going to get some bourbon.
It's like, this is the closest thing we have. There's barrels of water right next to the bourbon.
Water, bourbon.
You make your way back in, and as you do, he starts kind of explaining. So I'm starting pretty much with a central like rod that I'm placing some gears on, and a couple of other ones to set up points for the fulcrum of the gears to turn on. I've got it all mapped out in there pretty much. It's just building the gears and putting it together.
Alright.
All right.
Simple enough.
And then once we get all these done, I think we can package them up and move them along, and then guess get to Tenebeth and really start cranking them out.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So do me a favor, go ahead and roll a d20 and add your tinkering along with your...
My rifle to hit bonus?
Hey, plus 14 now.
If you're shooting the thing together, then yeah.
So this is going to be tinkering with your intelligence.
At 20, baby, that's what
This is
Okay,
what this is what happens
Different.
when you hit the 14 fucking club.
You've got it
Stuff
down.
it. Stuff's different.
Smoking it. So,
Natural set 20.
You start
but-
hitting
okay.
different once you hit 14.
The two of you together
It's
are able just today to get it to where you only need to
14
make
hit guys
3
are
more.
That's what I'm saying.
You crank out quite a few of them, and you kind of get into a point where like the jacket comes off, the hat is on the bench, and you're just like sweating. Your sleeves are rolled up. A little bit of the shirt has like 2 buttons undone. There's a little bit of chest hair coming out, and you're just like full on sweating, like going after it, working hard on the gears and the whole base. All of the ones you make, there's no problems with them. You have to kind of get that little bit of like oil to put in some of the spots to cause it to be able to move a little bit more freely. But you guys, the two of you working together, it goes pretty
I don't
smoothly.
like that he keeps saying the two of you, like I'm just not here.
What can you do?
I'm here. I'm helping.
The 3 of you all together.
And then he just said it like pity. The 3 of you.
The 2 plus 1 of you, I guess.
hey, Ezra, you dropped something?
He's supervising.
Actually, Andrew, if you could too, please make a tinkering tool with your...
I threw that
That
in.
went right into the pile.
Look at what D20 I grabbed. it.
Tinkering check
I
with
didn't
your,
either.
with your intelligence.
You got luck.
Intelligence. Couldn't be like dexterity. How I use my brain. I guess that's
Dexterously.
That was me.
Mental acrobatics.
Yeah, that's a
Mental,
10 or
10.
mental gymnastics. You slow the work. If anything.
You're definitely very good with your hands, but it's hard
That's what she said.
in the mental... The mental aspect of it is just not fully clicking, so you're having a little bit of trouble keeping up. But between the 3 of you, you get the 10 base, or sorry, 9 bases made to where you only have 3 left.
Was it 9 when you said the 2 of them? Because I feel like I didn't do it.
Between the 3 of you, that was just my bad for
8 plus 1.
not counting you into it. But the next day, I'd say you guys,
One that you helped with
before
shoots
they
down
get
the
back, you're able to build all of the bases and get them fully done. But Moldrak, you, Chelonia, and Connor arrive back to where everybody is here now, besides Neris. You guys gather up in the dining room to kind of
We
talk.
locked ourselves in the forge.
You would have received the package from, it would have had Grunswick on the label, but you would be able to see in some sort of arcane text under that, Arcanoria.
Oh, I can't read that. I'm leaving that
can.
Not
fucking
art, it's just like a magic script that you can only read if you've been there.
Oh.
Yeah.
I still can't read that.
Funny thing, Andrew can't read.
I can't fucking read, man.
But all the homunculi would have been delivered, so food is prepared. The house has been clean, so you guys have been enjoying being back here. And also, in the back of your mind is sitting there that if you leave again, the possibility of them like being freed could be.
I'm gonna get locks installed on the kitchen door
Okay.
and the dining room door. Lock them in. I thought about getting like baby gates or something. They're small, right?
Okay, but nonetheless, you guys are all gathered in the dining hall to discuss whatever you wish.
How you guys been? What's up? What have you been working on?
Fucking exhausted.
You can see Sandon is like,
You look tired. See good?
He hasn't been sleeping much. I don't.
You should let him sleep.
It's not like I'm like, hey,
He's
don't
been
sleep.
what?
Do you want me to like take a nap or something?
Yeah, I think I. No, I'm alright. I'll stay here.
He's been-
I'm gonna eat a little bit. Then
Slaving away, working for years, and now you got him working himself to death?
He wanted to do it.
Alright.
I wouldn't want to do it. I wouldn't make him do it.
We've got all the bases built for the cannons.
Honestly, I didn't even know what you were building. How are we looking on materials? Because I know we didn't have a ton. we're all doing the thing where we're looking around.
Yeah, after it gets over to Ander, Ander
80
breaks
bars
it.
noted down.
Yeah, Ander, there's probably like 65 bars left.
We got
Got
enough.
it.
We still got enough.
Okay. You able to make any more ammo?
Nope. Only been working on that.
Do you think you could develop a process to help him make ammo way faster?
Yeah, I actually had something that I made, well, on the island, but I can make another one pretty easily.
This guy's a fucking genius.
That's what I'm getting.
Make one for rifle ammo. Is that what you're going for?
Oh, yeah,
Or
that's
for
more
your-
complicated to make, so,
Yeah, that's what I had designed some stuff for. It was a rifle ammo.
yeah, I mean,
It's kind of like a
smaller
press.
bullets are pretty easy.
A press would be helpful.
We were thinking that maybe we move shop from here to Teneveth. So we're
Okay.
pretty much
Yeah,
where
a
we're
good amount
planning
of
to-
what sorry. A good amount of what I have to make I think is going to be too large to get out of that forge.
Okay.
Even the bases themselves are sizable. They'll fit out the door, but they'll probably have to go sideways, and then
Might have to take the door off.
I don't know if you guys can arrange for some sort of a wagon or something, or if you have one to load up with this stuff. Probably need a pretty decent sized one. Each box, you're guessing, is probably going to be at least 4.5 feet
Pretty
wide and like a good 2 feet tall
Should we
at
leave
the
her
very
dragon?
least.
We can probably requisition something from the keep. The rest we can just try
We
to
gotta
carry.
stop by the keep. Dean wanted to see everyone.
Okay. All right, that's good to know.
They're like important.
Okay.
I mean, just end of the world stuff.
Yes, nothing important. No.
This would actually be the morning of the 25th, so you guys will like have a day here to do whatever you want to do.
Okay.
He wants us to, like, go around to some of the places where there's some unrest and, I don't know, fucking calm them down or something.
We can do what we can. I think it's, people get word keepers are moving shop to Teneveth. There's going to be unrest anyways, but I don't know.
Does
We
he
can
want
try
us,
to keep that under wraps.
Does he want us to just go to these places and go, the world's not ending? Everyone's like, because
I mean,
that seems kind of
we
bad
can
idea.
just go and basically say, hey, we're here to protect you guys. We're not going anywhere. Something bad does happen, we're gonna put our lives on the line for all of you.
Something about just, like, being in the presence, or our presence around them,
Okay. Yeah.
giving them hope. or
Okay.
something.
Well,
Makes sense.
we can definitely try to do that. I think that's, not the worst use of our time. Because I think the less, chaos and fear and whatnot spread, the better off people will be when the time does come.
I would tend to agree.
You guys figure anything out with like your water and air stuff?
I got this cool amulet thing. I don't really know what it does. It's supposed to help me become more connected to the elements, and
So you would have had like 3 or 4 days of travel
Okay.
from Teneveth. That's more
Alright.
like 3 days.
okay.
So if you wanted to, in those 3 days, put the other elements in there, I'd say that you could do
Okay.
that.
Yeah, I probably would have started with fire and then earth. Air is going to be up to you because I'm still pretty shaky on that.
Yeah, you don't feel like you can put that in there yet, or even
Okay.
try to.
Alright.
even with the earth, like you didn't feel like shaky or anything, but it's just like such a strong element that you.
feel shaky with the earth.
Earthquake. But you have those three placed in it,
Classic comedy.
and you have learned with the amulet. I'll give you the paper for it too.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. But I'll give you the paper for it, and it's got a bunch of really cool shit on it. Then it'll make more sense as to how to actually use it. But you haven't had any need to like use it, and most of the shit that's on there you wouldn't just like fuck around with and mess with, especially because of your respect for it and everything. You don't want to use it like a toy.
I think I probably would have asked these guys to help me find some way to like slot it into my shield so that I can like grab it or like scoop it when I need it.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you guys, I don't know if there's any way to like kind of attach it to the inside of my shield. I guess I'll show Sandon too, just so that I can grab it when I need it and it's there. The shield itself is probably difficult to work with based on the fact that it's magical, but like
It's like, so how do you want it to shoot?
I could probably really easily make some sort of a harness to go on your chest plate.
oh, yeah, that would be cool.
That seems probably like the easiest thing, and then you can just activate it that way.
Yeah, that's way cooler. Why didn't I think of that?
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Contribute somehow.
Okay, well, I just start unclipping it.
Yeah, I'll finish that today and work on the ammunition for Azrael, and
Okay.
should have a good.
Well, yeah. If you guys want help working on ammo, I'm kind of an amateur blacksmith myself.
That actually would be really helpful.
Okay.
Do we want to split up in groups then to go, or do we?
What do we need to split up at? We all need to
When
go
we
to the keep.
Like we go to the keep.
We all go
and
there.
then when we go to tell the people, like go to places to tell them.
I don't think that's going to be a one-day thing.
Yeah, I figured that, but like,
I think
do
it's
we wanna
I think
take
it's
a break.
better that they all see us
forging stuff?
as a group. Oh, I don't know about that.
That's from
What'd you say?
like should, because we're still forging stuff when.
There's
if
no
we wanna do
way
that.
you can make a mobile forge, is there?
No, but I mean, when I get to Teneveth, if those blacksmiths there are, gonna help, and
From
you
what I've
guys-
seen, they're pretty good.
yeah, if you said the people at Teneveth know what's coming, I'm sure that they'll be more than inclined to help.
We could probably also, if
Oh yeah, we can even pay
if they're
them
not
if we need to.
if they're not good enough, we could. They probably will be, but we can also send word to like Dwarf Kingdom and maybe get some better forgers there.
To
from there.
Yolkar. Okay. First step, go to the keep. Second step, do a little bit more forging. Start moving things to Teneveth. While we're at the keep today, we can ask about getting some transport for the cannon
Good idea.
bases. And then we can go around and start hopefully quelling some chaos and panic. And then we'll just go from there and hope the world doesn't end sooner. Alright.
Have we went to every kingdom and
Everyone,
haven't went.
everyone but Ezra.
we went to Azash and
Yep.
told them?
Oh, we haven't.
That's what I'm saying.
I think we sent word to all the kingdoms, though.
I don't think you guys sent word
did we not?
I don't
that.
think-
No, you didn't send word that
We
like
went to
shit
the-
was ending or
we
anything
went to the
crazy, but
Dwarf, or we went to what is it?
you told the old guard.
We
you
did
told
tell them.
Venore
Southbrook.
and Southbrook.
We
Yeah,
didn't
told them
do
on purpose.
Azash. I don't.
You
Where
didn't do
was
Azash.
the-
Last time you guys were in Azash was when you were saying bye to Apex.
Oh. Is there, like a thing in the Marble Gateway to go to Azash? I don't
Yes, it goes to the land of giants.
know. Right.
There's the one outside of what the fuck's that place called? Like
Sorry? What?
isn't the
Yeah, there's two different places in the continent of Azash, but the one closest to
is it
the
Land of
kingdom
Giants?
is in the land of giants.
Okay.
The other one brings you to Nasai, which is the fucking like almost southeastern
Yeah.
or southwestern peninsula of the continent.
Okay. Well,
So we gotta.
we probably should make a stop there. We should talk to the leaders first.
Do we want to make a new end of the world list?
Sure, I can do that. And
So you guys going to the keep today, and then
Yep.
I just want to make sure that I'm doing my part and what I should be
You're
doing.
doing great.
Okay.
Keep it up. You actually take some time to rest today. You can do some tinkering, but you need to rest.
Okay. I'll just I'll make that press for the rifle
Okay.
cartridges, and that should be good. And it'll be super easy to get your. You don't need the chest plate right now, right? I can keep it here and work on it really quick.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, I'll get that stuff done.
I'm just going chestless. Just got the gauntlets on, metal pants, no shirt.
It's kind of a vibe, honestly.
Different.
I might start rocking that.
No shirt.
Yeah.
Leather gloves. Assless chaps.
100% assless
Oh,
chaps.
assless chaps.
It'd be disrespectful to not wear the assless
Nothing
chaps.
underneath the assless chaps.
All ass chaps.
Full ass chaps.
All ass assless chaps.
We're going to the keep.
Okay.
You figure out anything to get to the land of air or overworld of air? Whatever.
The skyship guy was gone, but I left word that I was looking for him, so hopefully somebody will contact me.
Anybody else here have to do something that we didn't bring up? There's a look over at Connor. And
So-
Wait.
Because
Before we go anywhere else, Chelonia did have some sort of a vision while we were in Southbrook. He saw, like burning fields and chaos, neighbors turning on neighbors, bunches of like buildings on fire. There was like a burning building. The only thing on it was like Bart. Connor suggested, maybe that was Bartleby's goods, but we're not sure. And then the people had that same symbol on their heads of Brelnax. And then they were like, basically just like charging at whatever visage Chelonia was taking in that dream. That could be Brunswick. We don't know. But we're going to be stopping at all these places anyways, so
Yeah, it won't hurt to check.
it's worth a look.
Absolutely.
That's all I had. Alright. That's it.
All right. I've already ate. I'm just gonna head over to the workshop and get this stuff done.
You do that.
Let you guys do whatever.
To the keep?
Yep. Let's go.
What time do they get back?
Like early morning, like 8ish. So when you guys get back here, it'll probably be
We'll have a cart, hopefully.
like 6 at night, 7 at night. Probably later, actually. Yeah, it'll be the next day when you get back. Probably early morning the next day.
You coming with us, or are you staying at the forge?
I think I've
Might as well go back with you. It's
Just making sure.
just to be safe.
Yeah.
All right. The only one who stays behind is Sandon. He just begins going to work on stuff. You can definitely tell over the last few days that he has had some sort of drive.
I give him the key to the house and the forge.
Okay,
But I locked the doors on the way out.
got it. But he's definitely had some sort of drive the last few days, and it's been nice working beside him. And you can tell he's kind of like a bit of a wise ass and funny and cracks jokes and shit here and there. But when it comes down to it, he gets shit done and has been doing pretty well at it too. Definitely feels good having him back and around, and it feels like you guys haven't even skipped a beat. You've just been at this, the time that you guys have been apart. It's pretty nice. Don't cry, dude.
Liar, dude.
You crying,
I'm not
dude?
crying, dude.
Oh, you're the guy
Liar,
that cries,
bro.
dude.
My eye, man.
But you guys start heading over to the keep. In various ways of
Full circle.
traveling, but nonetheless, you guys get there. You have fire and food and rest and such. So
Why'd
you're,
you say
you're
that
okay.
laugh? That's
You know
weird.
why I
You can
said
camp
that.
now. You can camp now.
But when
Chop
you
down a
arrive
whole
to the
tree.
keep, it's about 6 at night. You make your way through, and you can see General Harker is gathering up troops, like over on the side, and
Oh, shit,
starting
they're after
to
us.
send them out. You can see as they're all kind of walking up, he's just kind of like pushing that way, and he gives the front guy an order. But you can see that he's busy with what he's doing
Yeah,
and doesn't
leave him
really
to
even
his
pay
thing.
you any mind. But you guys continue to walk. You can actually see the dean is standing at the steps watching this happen, and then the thoroughfare of the keep itself is kind of walking around. You can see a couple of people seem to be pretty jovial to see you walking through here. People give waves and nods.
I wave at everyone.
And you can definitely tell just your
Waves.
appearance walking in the keep. Probably one of the people, or one of the places people feel the safest. Even your presence in here is kind of lifting spirits up a little bit, so you can kind of understand where the dean is coming from with what he was saying. But as you approach, he just kind of like puts his hands out and clasps them together. Keepers, it is good to see you again. All of you look well.
Good to see you as well.
We have some things to discuss, though.
Okay.
I don't mean to push things along, but I'm sure you understand.
Time is limited.
With me, then. He makes his way inside, and instead of going all the way up to the office, just makes his way into the common area of the keep. Anyone hungry?
We
Sent?
ate earlier.
Doing all right, thanks.
All right, very well. We'll get to it then. In recent weeks, there have been, I don't really want to call them uproars, but small blips and spikes of hysteria. We've been getting reports in Rumenheim. There was even a small incident that happened at Hreedsville, one of the clan villages south of the mountains within the Kingdom of the Old Guard. A few small pockets of people on Ophelia themselves, small villages. Craydune, even. We've had some reports of people going mad, I guess.
In what way?
Hysteric, kind of shouting. A lot of talk of the blood of the non-believer. I'm not sure what it means, but it's come up in many of the incidences that we've been hearing about. Incidents, rather, sorry. The most that we've heard from is Grunswick, though. It appears to be a bit out of sorts. A lot of trade has halted going in and out of there. We are sending troops, actually, at this very moment as we speak, to go there and try and do the best we can to mitigate whatever is going on. I was hoping by the time that you had arrived that we would have had them there and at least dealing with the problem, but I'm sure that there are some things you need to take care of before going that way, and stopping at a few of these other places along the way probably wouldn't be too bad. Teneveth is taking in a few people here and there that have been leaving their own homes and trying to seek refuge there out of fear. I definitely, as I had told Azrael, feel that darker times are coming upon us, and coming upon us quickly. We know that the 80th year, during the Blood Moon, that we are expecting some sort of a eradication level event again. However, I don't think it's all going to just happen that day. It is going to be a slow climb that builds to it, and it's going to be a hard one.
Speaking of which, we are thinking it's probably good to move Sandon to Teneveth so that he can work with the smiths there and start forging weapons for defense.
Alright.
Not for just Teneveth, but for all the kingdoms, and shipping them out wherever they need to go.
Alright, I agree. Sounds like a good plan.
So we might need a cart because we have stuff that we need to move to Teneveth.
Alright. Is there anything else you're going to need there? Supplies?
As much metal as you can muster.
I'll send word to your gun. I'm sure that they can spare some things. We have some things in our reserve here. Harker's going to be quite busy with everything going on, so I'm sure he won't be smithing anytime soon. I'll just pull from that reserve.
Yes. The men in going to Brunswick need to be careful. You probably shouldn't tell anyone else this, but Chelonia has had some sort of a vision of the people being, I don't know, would you call it possessed, Ezrael? Do you think, this symbol and
Yeah, I mean,
controlled? They're turning, kin against kin, friends and family against friends and family. It was chaos. The town burning,
could
the fields.
possibly be like a cultist kind of thing too.
Yeah. The fields burning, the town burning. We don't know when or what this is. We don't have any frame of reference, but it's everything that he's seen so far has come to pass.
Well, hopefully it's not a future set in stone, and that we know of it. Maybe we can get ahead of it and stop it from happening.
I'm just saying, if you're sending men, maybe just try to send a few more.
Very well.
Should probably also be on the lookout for any insider threats.
How
People
so?
that, the demons are very manipulative, or devils, and it's one way for them to cause chaos, just to sneak into the ranks of the people and create unrest.
Did you guys have to deal with that the first time, for lack of better phrasing?
Deal with what exactly?
What he said, demons infiltrating your ranks.
I do remember there being a few people within Teneveth, but they were more, as he said, cultist types. The demons, for that matter, they all...
Devils, demons. I'm not, I don't know.
People can be easily manipulated by these ideas or whatever, fear.
Well, it seems to be the fear is going to be the biggest motivator for all of these people losing their minds. I'm hoping sending you guys at least west and to get to Brunswick as soon as possible may be the best choice here.
Okay.
Stop at Craydun along the way, Teneveth as well, show face there, help with the refugees if you can, then to Craydun, then to Brunswick.
Okay. Well,
Just keep an eye out for like any doomsayers.
yeah, that's probably a good idea to keep an eye on that in terms of just spreading panic in general.
I've also instructed any of the men that saw these individuals to apprehend them with as little force as possible. Don't want to cause a scene and cause fear on our end. It just seems to be a bit contradictory.
Well, we will do this. We will go and try to mitigate as much panic as we can.
Very well. I will send probably about 3 or so men with a wagon and horse to your estate to bring the supplies along with Sandon to Teneveth.
We may need 2 wagons. There's 10 cannons? I think
12?
12.
You got 12 of the bases constructed, yeah.
Will they, I don't know how big these are, will they fit in 1 wagon?
Probably just bring 2 just to be
Very,
safe.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, we're likely gonna need 2 wagons.
Alright then. I'll send, I'd say, 10 men with 2, and that should be more than enough to get him safely to Teneveth. It's not a long ride.
Alright, well, we will likely accompany, just to make sure everything goes smoothly.
Very well.
Is there anything else we need? We're here.
I have nothing on my end. As I said, I fear that there is more to come, but this is at least a good step.
Okay.
I feel we're going to be working very closely together in the coming weeks and months. Please, don't keep anything from me. I promise to do the same.
I'm just making a insight check and see if there's any hidden meaning behind that. It's 17 plus 9.
26.
26.
See a demon?
My brain is not functioning tonight.
Sometimes we be like that.
They beat me. Fuck.
He's a hard man to read. He collects himself very well, but you definitely pick up on the fact that he has a bit of fear.
Okay.
And
that's what I was thinking.
yeah, he definitely seems to be on your side.
Sorry.
Okay. Alright, that's all I just wanted to. Alright, well.
That's all. I'm going to go speak with Haka very quickly and make sure that we dispatch more and give some more orders and make sure everything is done right and everything's in order.
Okay.
Keepers, again, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. And
Yep.
if you need anything more from the keep, please let us know. I'll send word to the old guard. Venore's not really going to be of much help at this time, but I'll at least let them know that things are picking up and to try and quell any hysteria that they deal with in their kingdom.
You can't reach out to Ezron, can you? I feel like we've asked you at some point.
I can try through some channels. May take some time and some doing, but
Okay.
I feel...
I feel like we should at least... Did we tell...
Zaxria?
Did we tell him to warn them?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I feel it would be right to warn them, regardless of whether or not they're going to be involved.
I agree. They have been isolated for a very long time.
Yeah.
But I do feel like you're right. We at least owe them that much, regardless of them trying to separate
It
themselves.
could be horrible. It doesn't mean you deserve to be blindly slaughtered.
I'll do what I can.
Appreciate it. Shall we go, guys?
He stands up and kind of corrects himself with his arms behind his back, then starts making his way out.
We're going
Everyone else is getting up at the same time and like starting to walk away. I'm just gonna grab his shoulder. He starts to like walk away.
The dean?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was just walking out.
everyone's just like
Touching
standing
stuff.
up and starting to walk. I'm just like,
He turns around.
You kind of promised all information.
With the way things are right now, I'm not quite comfortable going down there and pulling out some sort of demonic relic. If you want to inspect it, I'm well enough with that. I can arrange that, but can't very well let you take it out of there.
Sure, I mean, something's better than nothing.
Sure, we have time now. We can do it. Just give me a moment.
expect that to-
Wait in the central hall
go
there,
for it.
just the entryway. I'll go and do what I need to very quickly. At least the time pressing matters, and then I'll be back in. All right.
Oh, that old thing? I could have showed you where that was in.
I'm gonna try
Got
and
that thing already.
pull Connor aside. I don't know if you want to have a conversation with Connor, but
Sure.
Hey, Connor.
Yeah.
You know how I have to, fulfill things in this book, or bad things happen?
Yeah.
I need a tablet that's in the vault. The team doesn't want it to come out.
Are you talking about that tablet that we took from Tenebris?
No. It was from the Demon Lord on the Siege Teneveth.
Okay. Shit.
He's arranging someone to take me down there to look at it. I don't know if there's any way we can somehow get our hands on it.
I'll go down there with you. We'll see.
Nice.
I'm not agreeing to anything, but I'm going down there with you. All right. as you guys make your way out. In the central kind of part of the keep there, you stand out there and wait for a moment. You can see the dean walk out and go over to Harker and make a couple of conversations and orders, and you see Harker carry those out. And Harker himself goes like towards the bridge and then goes up to the top and kind of does an order very quickly for them to pull it up to where now it seems the keep is no longer at a state where that drawbridge is going to just constantly be down and accessible to anybody. So that seems to be down. Yeah. But right now, you guys are standing in the kind of central part there, waiting for Azrael and Connor to get out. The dean kind of let you know, I'm going to speak with Azrael for a moment. We'll be back out in a second. Just give us a little time.
Okay. We will wait here.
All right. And he makes his way up and into the keep, and that is where we will pick it up next week. That way Connor can do whatever he thinks is right.
Cool.
But thank you for tuning in, and if you are, please be sure to follow. That way you get put in the giveaway.
Hit all the buttons.
Check out the YouTube as well. That's got all of the VODs up till episode 75, I believe. There's a bunch of other D&D games on there, Cyberpunk and such, and some other random BS. But thank you for tuning in.
Check it out.
Take care.